Gilby will play on out to the outer side pocket. Can't see who that is, but he's played on, and I think that's going to be holding the ball. Yes, it is. Anakie are going to get the first shot at goal. And what have we gone? We've gone about 5 minutes, first quarter.
Did he play on?
Yeah, umpire called it. He did look to go, Grub, I think.
Played on.
I think you have to go over the mark, though. Don't you? Or they don't do that anymore?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think if you look to take off, I think they called it, and that's what he's pretty much did.
Yeah, that rule is it's very scratchy. So he kicks towards a goal, and he's just going to miss to the left. So it's going to be one behind to Anakie. No score to Werribee as the rain comes down. So Werribee will go from full-back. They'll go back that way again into the pocket where they were before the free kick. And they'll play on, and that goes straight through Culliver. Culliver into the middle of the ground, can't mark Chesterman. Now they're going to go out to the outer wing again through Kilby. Running just in front of the scoreboard. Anakie putting on good pressure here. It's going to be a throw-in on the outer side. Dale.
Yes, it's centre wing on the far side, as you said.
Good luck commentating this. You can hardly see over there.
Might have to get them lights on, Grub. It might be that dark soon. So the ball thrown back in. Quellman gets the ball down. Players run onto it. Again, it was might have been Cullen Crennan, was it? No, but it doesn't matter now because Anakie have one possession of the ball. Goes back into the hands of Rhodes. Rhodes on the left foot goes back towards their half-forward line. Over the back it runs. I reckon now with his wet conditions we'll slide over the boundary line. That's what it's done. And we'll have a throw-in on the far side. Half-forward, between half-forward and centre wing. Anakie again back in their attacking end. They've had a bit down in their forward line. Just need to make most of their opportunities here. Quellman gets the ball down again. Culliver, it is that cleans the ball up, goes to Carlton on centre wing, and he goes around the boundary line. Bunworth read that nicely. He's tackled from behind by Paddy Age. Ball comes out. No, it doesn't. And it's going to be a ball up which will take place, or throw in, is it? Gone over the boundary line. It has. And it will be, this time, Werribee's attacking end of the ground. So it's waiting for the umpire now to throw that ball back through the game. Actually, it come out the back. It was actually taken there by Rhodes, I think. He actually checked to let the ball hit the ground because it wasn't hit by either of the ruckmen. Ball out the back now. It's picked up there, and they run through the middle of the ground by Taylor. Goes back into their forward line. Numbers are back with the defence of Werribee. Taylor got the handball outside, but it didn't hit his target. It might be a little bit slippery to handle that ball out there at the moment. They look like they're having trouble picking the ball off the ground. Umpire just lets the play go. The ball keeps moving. Picked up and kicked back towards centre wing. Again, it's going to be cleared away for Anakie. Handball was a little bit hot out there on the far side. Coming through. I'm not too sure it was taken without the ball, but there was no freak given. Back in the hands of Paddy Age. Now there's an umpire's decision. And it's going to go to the Anakie ruckman in Quellman. So he's got the ball defensive side of centre wing. Be nice to transfer play to this side for a little while. Just to make things a little bit easier. Another long kick into their forward line. Going out, Marcus not taken out there, and it was Harding that was trying to take possession of the ball. Taylor's laid a tackle. They've allowed play to run on, but Josh Sutton is sitting back in the defence by himself, and he's taken the mark. Leon has made some ground. He's got some numbers out the back. Actually went in between both players, but Leon will be able to run onto the ball. Miller just letting him go a little bit quicker and faster. Ball, good spoil from behind. De Leon followed up his good work. He picks the ball up again and goes into their half-forward line. Paddy Age is there. He's going to win possession of the ball. Can go on the right hand. He got the handball away. Went through his teammate's hand, but it's going to be picked up out there, this time by Baumgartner. When he got rid of the ball, again it went across the ground. That's a good tackle laid out there, and the umpire says, let's play on. Ball is picked up there by Kalbasic. He goes back into their half-forward line. We're talking Anakie's end of the ground. Again, numbers there, 3-on-2. Werribee getting some numbers back behind the ball, but it's Anakie working the ball out of that contest, only as far as Blake Taylor. He picks the ball up. Handball goes outside. Tyler Crennan picks up, and he goes towards Carlton on centre wing. Got an option back inside. Now he will use him. Might be Camilleri. It is, I think. Gets the handball out the back, so they've got some numbers around the contest here, Werribee. They're probably too much handball in these conditions. It's been picked up and put down again, and it's going to be Anakie now that will pick the ball up. Umpire said there's a free kick being given, and it's going to go out on the far side.
He paid it late, but I did see it, and he paid it late, but he paid it.
I can't see who's got that ball grabbed. Do you know who it is?
Oh, I can't see it over that far, mate.
It's not Tyler Crennan, is it?
I think it might be Tyler Crennan out there with the headband on. It is.
Yeah,
It's
it
Tyler
is.
Crennan, number
Yep.
18.
So Tyler Crennan now with that free kick. So he's just now looking for his option in their forward line. Oh, the kick, that was pretty ordinary. Didn't travel too far. Picked up there by Prismal. Had Miller beside him. Got the handball to him. And he goes into their forward line. Mark not taken there by Linhan Cunningham. Ball comes out of his hands. So at this stage, Anakie's defence is working okay. Picked up out there on the far side by Sluggett. He goes back towards centre wing. 2-on-1 situation once again. Picked up. And again, it's the clearance work of Gibson, I think, that brings the ball back towards their centre half forward position. But again, turns the ball over. Kavanagh delivers the ball outside. Mark taken out there. And again, maybe Kalbarchik out there on the far side, and he will transfer play across the ground. Dangerous, but it's worked okay at this stage. And again, they look to run the ball from defence. They come out even further. Kick will slide over the boundary line, and they'll be able to set up the Werribee side this time and give themselves an opportunity.
So is that working? No. So you are live forever.
I think Anakie are playing well this quarter, so they're really stopping the runner, Werribee. So it's going to be thrown back in. Kuhlman and Egan. Kuhlman give him a little kick, but he's doing well, and he's kicked inside the Werribee forward line. It's going to be marked, and I think that is... who is that down there with the headband?
Yeah, no, not too sure, mate.
Don't know. We'll have to have a look at the number when he comes back up here. So it's kicked up the line. No one can mark. Werribee are doing well. Little one-on-one. It's going to be taken out of bounds by Scotland, the vice-captain. Thrown in again just in front of the Werribee Central's bench to the left of us here. And in front of the club rooms. So just left of centre wing. He's going to throw it back in. Egan and Kuhlman back in the ruck. Kuhlman, it's going to be a block. He's going to pay a free kick to Anakie, I think.
I don't think he's on the list, that bloke with the headband.
52. Is he wearing 52?
Yeah.
I think that's a 52 because I was just having a look at him out here on the wing.
He's not on the team
he's
list.
not. So Kuhlman, he's got a good boot on him. And he's playing all right. He's going to go straight into the middle of the ground. Not a great boot, that one, but Sluggett can't mark the big number 99, the wavy blonde hair. Now it's in the middle of the ground. It's a tussle. Werribee doing well. Still tussling around now. Picked up by Scotland just about. And he's going to pay a free kick. It'll be to Scotland.
Gee, I hate that rule. Both blokes are going for the footy.
It's Nick Sluggett that gave it away, and they'll play on through Crennan. Crennan goes out to the outer side. They'll keep going inside 50. I think, is that Prismal? Caliver. Not a great kick. Kicked it straight to is a Bunworth in the pocket, the coach of the Anakie Football Club, and that is a great kick in front of the Anakie player who I can't see. Might roll out of bounds. He's trying to keep it in. He's kicked it out of bounds. Out on the far wing. So Centurions 1 point, which I think that's wrong because Anakie kicked the point. So it should be Anakie 1 point to the Centurions.
That's correct.
No score. So they're going to throw it in on the outer side, and Kuhlman and Egan in the ruck again. Comes down to Kilby. Kilby gets her hands off, and I think that's...
DeLeon.
That's it. You've done well, boys. So they're out on the outer wing again, going inside 50 for Werribee. He's going to try and find a man finally. He can't. And that's the mystery number 52. We'll find out who it is
Shortly.
Tongue-tied. And I think it's going to be a ball. He's going to ball it up, is he?
Yeah.
He is. So the two rucks who have been going at it all day just falls down. No one can pick it up except for Merriam. Now here we go through the mystery headband straight into not Whitehouse, it's Birch, Elliot Birch. He'll kick straight down the middle of the ground, but it's going to fall straight in the arms
That's a bad kick.
of Josh Sutton. And they'll play on now through Stevenson. Stevenson will get a run out, and they are... if you mark that ball out there, they would have a really good run on. Spoiled by Anakie. Picked up again by Kilby, I think it was. And they'll play on, but it is wet. So out goes now, that is Kulava.
Well
And a beautiful tackle. So a beautiful tackle just at the 50-metre line, and I think that was by Sluggett out there. That's Josh, number 99. He'll kick up the wing. There's a one-on-one between Harding, and I couldn't see who that was. I think it was Sutton. Now,
McDonald.
Just kicked up to McDonald. I think that might have been his first touch for the day. So now they'll go over to Culliver. He's just out on the far wing, going to look for an option inside 50, and they're using that outer pocket, but it's not working very well. He kicks up to lineman Cunningham, and it'll go out of bounds on the full. Dale.
Yes, it's the boys that were in the not standing out in that rain anymore, Grub. They're back in the vehicles, the boys.
Yeah,
So ball on the far side, and will be thrown back in. Werribee's attacking end. Sutton taps the ball out the back, comes out, picked up out there by Yukuba Merriam. He delivers the ball back inside, goes towards centre wing, bit of pace on the ball, so it gets through the hands. Out the back it runs, going to be picked up out the far side there by Potter. Looks to deliver the ball back inside to Crennan, and Crennan has taken a mark on centre wing. Crennan now had a number of touches on that far side, and he's going to deliver the ball in towards the centre forward position. Miller goes up one-handed, comes out to Rhodes. They run the ball from defence. They've done that nicely so far. Ball is kicked out there by Birch. Looking for some running options. Unfortunately, there's no one out there. It's going to be picked up and it's going to go back through Kilby. Kilby, a little short kick, and that will be taken out there this time by Gibson. So Gibson on his knees has an option back in the middle of the ground. He goes inside to Culliver. A little bit of time and space now, but he delivers a ball to a leading player, and the mark will be taken out there, and it's going to be taken by Prismal. He gets to his feet quickly, goes long, back towards the goal square. Linehan Cunningham in front, spoil from behind. Again, Anakie. Prismal crashed the pack there and kept the ball going forward, but it's not going to be any good because it's going to come out to Woodyard. He was tackled there by Paddy Age, and the ball goes back over the boundary line. We're going to have another throw in.
I reckon I called a couple of poor kicks into the forward line. I'm going to take that back. Anakie blokes are going up the ground. When they come into their forward line, they've got no one to kick it to.
Bit like East Geelong, mate.
Yeah. And I think Winch did it for a while.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so the ball now back with the umpire, thrown back in. And from the forward line, I think it's tapped out there. I think it was Riddle that's doing some ruck work. Ball at ground level. No one can pick it up. Riddell did that nicely, got the handball out, but again, needs the support. DeLeon takes it. He was tackled. Ball comes out. Umpire said, incorrect disposal, was it? Free kick's going to go to Gilmore. So Gilmore from Anakie.
No prior at all.
No, I didn't think so. Ball back inside. That's a great kick. They like to take a few risks here because Whitehouse has got the ball, gave the ball, and goes back into the middle of the ground. Again, there's no turning in there. It's a straight line stuff. Ball out the back. Sutton pushed over there by Quellman. He's got a bit of an opportunity here, the big fella. He thought he'd just go off the ground, puts the ball back towards the top of the goal square, kicked off the ground, and Anakie, he's missed, has he? I thought they went through. And that was Nick Slug up this time. So Anakie now to 2 behinds. And Werribee are yet to score, so the ball in quickly goes out towards the pocket. It's going to run towards the boundary line. They can't keep the ball inside the field of play, and Harding was there and he couldn't trap it.
So Anakie are doing really well here. They did really well to make it forward, but as you said, they've got no one to kick to. No one to kick to at all when they go down forward. He should have kicked that.
He should have kicked that goal.
Well, he should have kicked the goal off the ground. So it's thrown back in the Anakie forward line, but it'll be tapped out onto the outer wing. But Anakie are doing really well to get in and under the ball and tackle and put the pressure on. And I think the umpire is going to ball it up. Just on the point of the square out on the far side. So he balls it straight up. Egan, and who's that in the ruck for Anakie? It's Riddle, Braden Riddle. And it's going to be another ball up. Basically in the same spot on the outer side. 2 points, Anakie, no score. Werribee, how long have we gone in this first term, Dale?
18 minutes gone.
18 minutes gone. I think there's about a minute and a half left. Ball goes up, and he's paid another block, and it'll be to Anakie, and it'll be to Riddle. So, just to the right of the scoreboard. He's going to go into the middle ground. Not a great kick, but that wasn't marked by Gibson. He couldn't mark it. It's picked up again by Carlton. Carlton goes out onto the far wing with a little kick, but there's a few Anakie plays there, and I think that was Gillett. Gillett picks it up, gives a hands back, and a kick down the far side. It's going to be out of bounds on the full. And I think that'll be Zachariah DeLeon who will take the free kick, or it'll be Stevenson, one or the other. Just near the scoreboard, I think it'll be DeLeon. And he will, just waiting for the ball to be retrieved from the crowd out there. So DeLeon, he's going to have a look into the middle of the ground, or he's going to go to Stevenson. The number 3 Stevenson at half back. He's going to come into the middle of the ground. The little chipping ball, but it's straight to Taylor, who couldn't mark, but he'll play on and he'll kick inside 50. And he's going to kick it out of bounds on the full. He is. So they're doing well to get it forward, but they just can't hit a target. But in saying that, they are still doing well to get it forward, and Kuhlman was down there, the big ruckman. So it'll be, we'll get it from spectator again.
Looks like the cricket's been washed out over on ground number 3.
Yeah.
4, I should say.
So Werribee from the back pocket after a free kick for out on the full. He'll come over to Culliver. Culliver will go straight down the middle of the ground, but he nearly fell over there, the Werribee player. I can't see who it was.
Potter, I think.
Kicks out to right in front of us. And now it's Young, number 29. Gives their hands off to Stoyas. Stoyas back to Stevenson. Into the middle of the ground, goes forward. Can they hit a target this time, Werribee? No, they can't. It's straight to Bunworth, I think it was. He falls over the top of the Werribee player.
In the back.
And he's paid push in the back. Yes, he has. They'll play on now, and they'll go through Prismal. Prismal to the goal square. Can't mark, and I think that was Leonard. Ben Leonard. It's still there for Werribee in the pocket. Picked up by Scotland. Scotland snaps around his body. And I think it's going to be behind. So 2 behinds to Anakie, 1 behind to Werribee in this first quarter. So kick out from Bunworth, the coach. He's doing well down there so far. Doesn't have many options to kick to, but I think he's going to go this side of the ground, and he's going to pay 50 metres. I think he just might have gone over the mark, did he?
He must have.
Over that, what is it, 10-metre area that he has.
He must have told him, so he obviously didn't hear him or bad discipline.
So the Anakie coach, Bunworth, at centre-half back. He'll go straight down to centre-half forward for Anakie. And a mark is taken by Justin Porter. Porter will go to the outer side, and out there is Gibson, who can't pick it up. He will now. Good pressure by Anakie, but they'll go straight out through Stevenson. Up to good mark. Beautiful mark from Mitchell Todd for Anakie, and he's going to go straight down the wing again. So straight back the other way. 2-on-1 for Anakie. Comes out the back, and that's spilled out to Gilmore. Gilmore just gives the hands off, and they'll go inside 50 again. Kuhlman's down there. Harding's down there. Kuhlman, he's nearly taken a 3 grabber, but he can't.
Pay at you,
and Harding, good tackle put on. Now Werribee pick up the ball, and they will clear it out. Clearing it out to, can't get it to Egan, and Anakie play will mark it. I can't see who that is.
So is it Taylor?
Could be Taylor. You might be spot on. He go inside 50 again towards Harding, but it's kicked straight to Tyler Crennan, and he's going to come over this side of the ground. Not a great kick, but there's 2 Werribee players, 1 Anakie playing Kuhlman, and he's just saved it there. He kicked it up to Camilleri, who I called Young before.
Yes, I
now
know.
Prisma with the ball straight into the middle of the ground. A little scrubby kick, but it's picked up again on the right foot. Kicked out just to the left of us.
Just a man.
Just a man. It's the captain. Goes inside 50. Can they get a mark here finally, Werribee? No, they can't. Ball. It could have been a free kick to, I think, McDonald for holding the man, but it wasn't. Now it's picked up by Camilleri again, but it was out of bounds.
Oh, no, out of bounds.
Out of bounds, and a throw-in in this first term, Dale.
Umpire not fooled then. I think he might have threw his arms back, McDonald, trying to stooge the umpire, but he was just too good for that.
Ball in to take place, forward pocket, where he's attacking end. As I said, 1 point margin to the Anakie side at this stage. Egan untroubled there, gets a handball out, goes to Crennan. Crennan looks back towards the goals, and he is offline. Scores will level up now at 2 behinds each, as we have gone just over 23, almost 24 minutes. Fairhaven Homes first quarter.
I'm actually starting to really wonder about your decision to come here, to be quite honest, Dale. Well, you did say we'll go to Werribee. I said Inverleigh and East or Thompson Bannockburn, but we might have picked the wrong game with the standard of footy we got.
Well, let's have a look at some of the other scores before we start making a few comments.
Well, yeah.
I don't think the conditions will be too favourable elsewhere around the ground at this stage, but Bunworth it's going to do the kicking in duties. We always come here past Players Day, Grub, you know that. It's a ball, comes in from Bunworth. Kick wasn't great, but it's going to work out okay because the mark has been taken out there by Taylor as the siren sounds to end the first term here. And unfortunately, goal kickers at this stage of the game, we don't have any, but we have 2 behinds, 2 Anakie and 2 behinds, 2 Werribee. Take a short break. Come back, second quarter action not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Yes, welcome back. As we said, at this stage of the game, not too much to report here. We've got 2 behinds to each side. Grub, how did you see that first quarter? And you might have a bit of a spell, you reckon?
I must admit, you've got to do the right thing being a special comments man and pump it up a little bit. But I think there's also people listening, and I don't know if they're watching it on the live stream, but you can't tell too many lies. You've got to tell the truth. And it's probably one of the worst quarters of footy I've ever seen in my entire life. And that includes watching the women's under-8s. It is shocking football. The conditions obviously aren't conducive to good footy, but it is shocking footy. And I just worry about the way Anakie went about that quarter. They had the win, and they just went defensive. And when the ball got up in their forward line, there wasn't anybody there. And I think they really probably had to really sort of try and kick a few goals for that breeze, although Werribee are going to get the best of the conditions here because they had the wind down Anakie, but it poured rain. So if the rain holds off, Werribee might get a chance to display a few good bits of footy.
Well, if they use the wind and the sun's coming out now, if they use the wind, they'll kick some goals hopefully, which they need to do to continue being in the top 5. If we want to get some progress scores, just quickly before we get underway for the second quarter, in the other game that we said was probably. Well, it probably is the biggest game of the round. Thompson and Bannockburn. Thompson 4-7-31 to Bannockburn 1-1.
That's the win, yeah.
At Thompson. And in the Inverleigh and East Geelong game, 19-26. Belmont 30. GW Giants 30. North Geelong lead Winchelsea 2-4-16 to 1-1-7. And Bellpost Till 20-9 against Corio.
So second quarter has now started with the ball in the air. Clolman over the top. Tries to take it out of the ruck contest, but Egan's done nicely from the middle of the ground, runs forward, kicks long into their forward line, runner out the back. Who's it going to be? No, comes to the front, picked up out there, and I think it's brought down. Young was being tackled, brought to ground, so some good work in defence there by Taylor, I think it is. He's been okay for the Werribee side, goes towards centre wing. Miller's in front, can't take the mark, picked up by Rhodes, got the handball out, we'll call it a handball, goes to Collins, gives the ball a kick along the ground. That was nice work. The ball runs out the back now. Daffy can run onto it, didn't pick the ball up. Egan is back there, got the handball sideways, went out to his teammate, put a little bit of pressure on there, and they weren't prepared to take the ball, Culver. He just wanted to hand it over to his teammate there in Gibson it was. Kick went off the side of the boot and ran over the boundary line, so there's going to be a throw in from the umpire. Ball thrown back in now by the umpire, and again, ruck contest, ball out the back, Rhodes. Read that nicely. Sorry, it wasn't Kavanagh that read it nicely. Kick wasn't that great into the hands of the team or an opposition player there in Culver. He got the ball, and they now run the ball through the middle of the ground. Chesterman goes into their forward line. Good spoil again from Taylor. Strong spoil it was, and that will go back over the boundary line. And it will be a throw-in which will take place out there.
They have to just keep doing what they're doing, and hopefully at half-time, there's not much in it. That's
no.
what they've got to do.
Goodwin's not playing for Anakie today. He's been one of their better players in their season, I would think.
In relation to Bluey Goodwin?
Not too sure. Couldn't tell you, mate. So the ball now thrown back in by the umpire. Again, ball through the contest, picked up and cleared away. Kicked into the forward line, may have been Kilby. Goes back to Linhan Cunningham, but he can't take it. Paddy Age was taken high. Umpires don't think he saw it.
Play on.
I don't know whether he saw it, Grub, to be honest.
They all stopped. Even the Anakie players stopped. But, oh, well, that's a free.
Ball has gone over the boundary line. It's beside the behind post, so it's going to be a ball in which will take place. Boundary umpire to boundary umpire.
Now, while we have a quick stop in play, that number 52 without the name is Xavier Parker. Usually wears the 48, but he's wearing the number 52 with a headband on.
Okay.
For Anakie, that is.
Yep. Ball thrown back in, again in front of the contest. Ball runs free, picked up. Paddy Age, left boot, goes round the body. And that is the first goal of the afternoon. And it will go to Werribee. They now move to 1-2. They lead Anakie, who are on 2 behinds. We have gone almost 2.5 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
Really shouldn't have happened there. They've got multiple players down there trying to make it harder for everybody, and they left a little bloke on his own. I think if you're going to go down back and you're going to force all your players to go down back, you still have to pick up a man. You can't leave a little bloke who's probably one of the best on the ground at the moment, Paddy Arge, I would suggest. And they just let him sit there and pick up and kick an easy goal. If you're going to go down there, you have to put pressure on every single player down there.
Back in the middle we go again. Quellman gets the ball down. Anakie clearance from the centre through Kavanagh. Goes into their half-forward line. Just need to keep the ball moving. Unfortunately, it's going to be Taylor that emerges with the ball. Send it back the other way. Didn't travel too far. Mark has been taken out there by Todd, so he's got a little option short in the middle. Goes in that direction now, and it's Kavanagh who's taken the mark. Got options across the ground. Kick has to be good. Missed the target. Picked up out there. That was a nice bit of pick-up out there by Gibson. He released the ball. Umpire said that was incorrect disposal. Free kick is going to go to Anakie outside the centre square. Daffy kicks the ball into their half-forward line. Collins couldn't pick the ball up. Taylor was there. He couldn't do it also. And again, it's been kept alive. Ball is tapped forward. Crennan gets the ball out of the contest. Coming the other way, Anakie through Bunworth. Tried to keep the ball in front of himself. Laid the tackle. Ball comes out. Egan. He puts boot to ball. Goes back towards their half-forward line. Coming out, Linehan Cunningham. He tries to trap the ball. They got 2-on-1 situation now. Nice bit of body work there. Comes out to Paddy Age, out the back towards Chesterman. He can't pick the ball up cleanly. Went back and had a second go. Went back to Paddy Age. Left boot was smothered. So they're working pretty hard in defence down there. Anakie side. Oh, that might have been a bit of a throw out of the contest, but umpire's a little bit closer than me. Didn't see it that way. Handball comes out. Baumgartner. So they run the ball from defence now. Some good work there through Todd. Did he miss contact with the ball?
I don't know. What
so it's picked up by Crennan. A little handball back inside. Goes to Culliver. He's usually a clean pick-up man too, but he couldn't pick the ball up. They're working pretty hard out there. This time it was Gilmore. Ball comes out. Again, it is sloppy football, but we just don't know how slippery it is out there. Picked up and goes inside. Crennan goes back towards the centre half forward position. Picked up. Linehan Cunningham got the handball out. Has a teammate running past, but again, he couldn't pick it up cleanly. Umpire said there's a push in the back. Free kick is going to go to Anakie, and it will be the coach, I think. Oh, no, it's not Rhodes, is it? Yeah, Rhodes. So he's going to deliver the ball outside 50, goes out wide. Player out there by himself, Kalbarchik. He needs to go back after the ball, left it behind. Crennan, he tapped the ball over the boundary line, and we will have a throw in once again.
Hello, the sun's out. The grog squad's back out of the cars into the sun. Fair weather supporters, if you ask me.
For how long for, Grubster?
Till it rains.
Here we go. Another throw in. Egan and Coleman in the ruck. I thought it was taken by Werribee, but it hasn't been. And the scrappy little tussle in there. Anakie will clear, but he can't pick it up there. Can't say who it is, but anyway, Werribee will go again.
Miller.
Thank you, Grubby. Miller. Beautiful handball. Kicked inside 50. Good mark by the coach, Bunworth. And he's going to come this side. He's going to come over to Leach. Wasn't a great kick, so he's picked up. He's going to go back to the other side, and that is a really horrible kick, or is it just stayed in the wind?
Right, I think it might be out in the full.
Out on the full it is. So I think Josh McDonald is going to take that. He's going to go straight to full forward, and it's going to be not a mark. Play on. It's going to keep going there. Chesterman down there. Spilling out of bounds again in the forward pocket for Werribee. And another throw-in. So I think Prismal is going up against Coolman in the ruck. So the umpire throws it back in. Coolman and Prismal. Coolman, I think he kicked it. He kicked it. Here goes Anakie again through, I think that was Kavanagh, but he couldn't do anything with it. And it's going to be another ball up just in front of goal, really, for Werribee, about 15 metres out. Tapped down by Chesterman. Now still just hanging around there on the ground. I think it might be another ball up in deep inside the Werribee Central's forward line. So Coolman, he just punches it forward. And now it's going to be picked up by, I think that is Young, is it? Crennan, Tyler Crennan. Straight to full forward, not a free kick. That might be a free kick to Anakie. Chesterman's just gone straight over the top of him and he's going to ball up, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'll agree with that. I think that was a free kick to Anakie.
So Coolman again in the ruck. And was that Egan there? Finally he's come down there to ruck. It's going to be another stoppage and a throw in the Werribee Central's forward line. Not much happening at the moment. Umpire,
he's going to pay a free kick to trailing umpire here. I'm buggered if I saw it.
And he's paying it to Werribee and he's paying it to Josh Sutton. I really don't know what that was for.
No,
he's going to play on. He's going to give the hands off to McDonald, who snaps around his body, and it's going to be marked in the outer pocket by Brodie Gillett.
He did the right thing, handball to the left footer, but it still didn't come off.
And I still don't know what that free kick was for.
No, I don't either.
So Gillett's going to play on the outer side. He's going to go up to centre half back for Anakie. Harding can't mark. Can't be marked by Werribee. But here go Werribee again. They're going to go forward. Crennan can't pick it up. It's just going to spill out. And I think that was Egan out there. He's playing ruck this week. Now kick just straight up in the air. There's Young can't mark. It's a good spoil from Bunworth, the coach. And it'll be out of bounds again. Any special comments on these stoppages, Grubby? There's been a few this quarter, not much happening.
Well, that's exactly what Anakie have got to do. They've got to force stoppage after stoppage to stop Werribee free-flowing football with a win, and they're doing it very, very well.
So Chesterman, the captain, and Coolman in the ruck, and that's Chesterman who gets a tap, but it's cleared out by, I think it was either Rhodes or Bunworth, and it'll be another throw-in just on that far side, right out forward for the Werribee Football Club. So it's going to be thrown in again. It's going to be Egan and Coolman in the ruck. Coolman's done, I think he's done well today, so far. So it'll just fall down. No one can pick it up. It's going to be picked up now by Werribee, but a horrible hand pass. He's going to play on a kick for a goal, and I think it is a goal. Who was that?
Brad Carlton.
Carlton.
Beautiful. He's kicked a goal. The big number 34. So that goes now to Werribee. What are they now? They are 2-2, 14 to 2 points. And we have gone just nearing on 10 minutes in this first quarter, Grubby.
Yeah, look, he's a good kid, Brad Carlton. He had a few injury problems, and I don't think he played, or might have played only the one game last year, and it's taken a little bit of time to get back to it. But, you know, he won the best and fairest coming out of the under-18s, 2 out of the first 3 years, so he's a wonderful player. And from a fine, and fitting past Players' Day, because he's from a fine Centrals family with a Monica and Nobby. They got all the boys played here and the cousins and that, so they've been part of Central's folklore for a long, long time. And it's good to see young Brad kick a nice goal.
Well, he's back in the middle now. So the rucks will go at it. Coolman and Egan. Umpire throws the ball up. Coolman, no, Egan gets a tap down straight towards the Werribee goals, and Egan's nearly going to rove his own ball. Just gone to centre half forward for Werribee, and it's going to be a ball up.
Mind you, one of his relations was a gun footballer here too, Bailey.
And who was that, Grubby?
You have to ask.
Oh, do you have to ask?
So ball from that ruck contest going to be picked up there. Yuka Bamering trying to get out of the contest. Baumgartner here to crack at it as well. Ball went straight up in the air, picked up this time. The ruckman and Qualman got the right boot, goes back into the middle of the ground. Bounce. Going to be picked up out there. I think this time it was by Gibson. He gets the ball across the ground. Wasn't a bad kick. Favoured his teammate there, McDonald. He couldn't pick it up cleanly. So Anakie now with some numbers around the contest. They go back into trouble. Bunworth tries to work his way through. Umpire saw that one. And there's going to be a free kick going to Bunworth. He goes a little side kick. That's okay. And the mark has been taken out here by Taylor. So Taylor now with the ball in between centre wing and their defensive half-back line. Just going to go around the boundary line. Looking for a mark out there. Mark is not taken. Ball is punched over the boundary line, and there will be a throw-in. So centre wing. Umpire about to restart things. Riddle's going in now to do some ruck work against Egan. Egan gets the ball down, doesn't travel that far, but only as far as Woodyard. He gets the handball back inside. Baumgartner goes to Yuka Merriam, tries to get out of the contest, did that nicely, got the handball away, put his teammate under a bit of pressure. Collins, I don't know how he got rid of that ball.
No.
Oh, I reckon that might have been there, Grub. He just picked it up and dropped it.
Just don't reckon he had any prior, though.
Yeah, but he just dropped it. He didn't have. He should have held on to it. The ball goes now to Tyler Crennan through the middle of the ground. He's going to deliver the ball back towards centre half forward, going across. Mark Knox taken out there by Parker. Left the ball behind. Pettiage, he couldn't pick the ball up. Got his support there, but he goes back and collects it. Runner outside again, picked up by Scotland. Right boot goes back towards goal. It will be out of bounds on the full. Free kick to the Anakie side. Leach looks like he's got the ball. And he's going to go across the goals, straight towards the centre half back position. Has to be a good kick. Mark wasn't taken out there. Scotland's there to clean up things. He goes back into the half forward line for the Werribee side. Mark not taken, picked up. Carlton got the handball away into the hands of Crennan. He looks towards goal, and he is offline, way offline, he says to the umpire, and it's going to be out of bounds on the full again. Free kick going to Leach. So Leach this side comes to the clubroom side of the ground, and that's not a bad kick. Mark wasn't taken out there. Ball goes over the boundary line, so we're going to have a throw-in which will take place.
Look, they're trying pretty hard. But,
Oh, yeah.
But that should have been a mark. That was a nice, easy mark for that kid. They've got to take those marks.
So ball thrown back in. Out the back comes. Riddle gets the ball down. It's picked up, cleared away out there. Stoyers, he got the handball, and he put his opposition player under pressure there. Yuka Berriman, he's trying to work out of the contest. He's not going to come out of there. Umpire comes in, and he will take the ball. Thrown up quickly now. Tapped out by Egan. Yuka Miriam, he picks the ball up again. Again, batters through one or two, then left the ball behind.
Yeah, that has to be holding the ball.
That
obviously.
was. Had prior opportunity there, Grub, no doubt about that.
I'll give that. Yeah.
Pattiage with the free kick. Got an open goal square, decides to go long and into the goal square. Thank you very much. Straight over the top, and he has his second of the afternoon. And in this quarter, so Werribee now to 3-2. They lead Anakie 2 behinds. We have gone 14 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
Look, it's still good for Anakie. I mean, it's a scramble goal out of the pack, and they don't always come off. The backman came up and it went over their heads, but if they can continue to do that and go in 3 or 4 goals down at half time, they're still in the game. What they're worried about is Werribee Central's getting some free-flowing footy. But even though they kicked the goal out of the pack, they're still doing the right thing, and they're still playing it pretty hard.
So it's going to be Riddle and Egan in the ruck. And the umpire balls the ball up straight down from Riddle, but it's taken by, that's Carlton who's kicked a goal this quarter. A little push from Anakie might have been, but it's going to spill out the back. And could this be another goal? I think it is, to Pattigoo. Kicks it off the ground. He's got 3 for the quarter, 3 for the game, as Werribee go to 4-2 to 2 points. Anakie.
Again, this is what they don't want to happen. A couple of goals, 2, 3 in a row. Werribee have started to realise that Anakie are winning the tap-outs, but they're starting to shark these tap-outs. So even though they're winning the tap-outs, Anakie, I still think at the moment they should play man-on-man in the centre rather than, try and get the tap-out from their bloke, because it's just not working. So play man-on-man and try and keep it in there and force it down to your forward line.
Don't want to let it get away too much from them, Anakie. So the ball is thrown up again, tapped down by both players. Egan couldn't pick it up. It's picked up by Riddle now. Now they're going to come out to this outer side, Anakie. It's going to be Sluggett running on. And that's Josh, number 99. Tackled by 2 Werribee players. Good tackle. He's around his shoulder on this side, but the umpire's not going to see that. Of course he's not going to see that. We can see it. It's going to be a ball up.
I should have brought me whistle. I'd have played it myself.
I'm surprised you haven't run out there yet on the Werribee Pass Plays and Officials Day. Picked up by Crennan. Crennan gets a little run on. He's a quick little player. Was he run too far? No, he's going to kick up to half forward. And here comes Pattigoo out the back again, the number 1. And he's going to dribble it inside goal. It's going to be spoiled, and a good spoil by Hayden Leach. So Pattigoo's doing well, and if they get it to him, he's going to be pretty dangerous at the moment.
Now, I don't mean to jump in and usurp me, but I think it's Pattiage.
Pattiage.
Yeah, we might go with that.
Gomes Pattiage.
Ball outside 50 now, and again it looks like it's going to come back inside. Handball back inside, goes to Scotland. Scotland looks up, little short kick, and he has found his, Camilleri it was, had it, lost it. Ball now on ground level. Umpire lets things go. Now he will come in and take possession of the ball.
Well, I had a bit of a go to the Anakie boy for dropping an easy mark. Well, there's one for Werribee. They're marks that you must hold on to, even in these conditions.
So ball thrown up by the umpire once again. Riddell, he just goes at it uncontested there, runs straight into the opposition player, and it's going to be a free kick. And it's going to go to... Not too sure who that is. Is that Young? Is it Young?
It is Young.
So now he plays on, kicks long, goes into the goal square. Linehan Cunningham comes out, couldn't take the mark. Yuka Merrim gets a handball out, goes to Rhodes, kicks the ball off the ground. Got it out of trouble, but it's got support there this time by Birch. He goes in the left boot. Taylor attacks the ball. Handballs outside to Chesterman. Chesterman now right boot, goes back towards the goal square. Numbers there with the Anakie side. Ball comes out of the contest. Picked up Leach, goes across the ground. He's got a great look out there. Woodyard it was. He's got plenty of time to pick the ball up. Put himself under a little bit of pressure. Handball wasn't great. I think that's Egan that's done the good work out there. He goes back towards goal. Linehan Cunningham, it's either a mark or a goal. Plays on,
now it's a goal.
Comes back inside, and he kicks his first goal of the afternoon. So now 5 goals to the Werribee side. They are 5-3. Anakie are 2 behinds. And we have gone 18 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, they're just starting to get the run on now. The pressure that Anakie were applying earlier, they've just dropped off a little bit through weight of numbers. I don't think it was Young that had that shot. I think it might have been Camilleri. But Anakie, as I say, they've done pretty well, but they must hang on for the rest of this quarter. They can't afford to let Centrals get another couple of goals because then, well...
You're right, Grub, because Young's up there. I can see him stand up at the boundary line.
I'm pretty sure it was Tate Camilleri.
Yep. So back with the middle now. Qualman doing the ruck work. Egan again gets the ball out. Kavanagh got the handball over the top. Went to Qualman on hands and knees. Got the ball out towards centre wing. Some good play there from the centre wing player. And again, at this time, it's Camilleri that gets the ball back into their forward line. Camilleri gets the handball away. McDonald off the boot, off the ground. And it's through for a minor score. Thought I heard a whistle then, but maybe it wasn't. I didn't. Leach doing the kicking in duties, goes quickly to Bunworth. He couldn't take the mark. Ball gets out the back to De Leon. He was tackled. Ball comes out. Ball runs back towards
Prismal.
Well, it was to Prismal. He tried to get the ball out of there into the hands of Sluggett. He forced his way out of the contest, then lost the ball. Blake Taylor's back on hands and knees. Picked up out there, Kalbarchik. He couldn't get the ball out either, so not much easier, even though the ball may have dried out. And the umpire finally comes in and takes possession of the ball.
It's just a case of near enough's not quite good enough. He did a magnificent job, Sluggett, to come out of it, and he just lost possession.
So the ball thrown up. Merriam, he needs to get rid of the ball. This time he does and kicks the ball back towards centre wing. Mark needs to be taken. It can't be taken at ground level. Again, Prismal tried to put his head over the contest. Didn't come out with the ball. Anakie do. They kick the ball back. There's only as far as Potter, I think it was, or Porter. He goes towards De Leon. He couldn't take the mark. Crennan's there. Fed the ball through nicely. Got boot the ball. Went back into their forward line. And the mark is going to be taken out there. And it's going to be... Todd. Toddy goes back in a kick that put his teammate under a fair bit of pressure. And the ball has gone over the boundary line. So we're going to have a throw-in which will take place now right beside the behind post. Deep in Werribee's attacking end again as we tick over 20 minutes in this second quarter.
So it's going to be thrown back in the Werribee forward line. 5-4-34 to 2 points. Werribee lead. And it's going to be the captain against the big man, Corman. Corman just takes it straight out of the ruck, kicks it up to half-back for Anakie. But it's all Anakie there. Riddle's there as well. Now coming out to... No, good tackle by Werribee. I can't say his name, Dale. I just can't. How do you say it? Yuka Bamarian. I love it. Goes straight into the forward line for Anakie. Good mark.
Well done, Birch.
It was a good mark. Elliot Birch. He's going to come out this side towards the commentary box. It's going to fall out the back. Little kick off the ground for Anakie, but there's Werribee coming straight at the ball. Beautiful tackle on Stoyas. And is that holding the ball? Is it?
Come on, Stoyas!
He's paid it.
Lovely boy.
So it's going to be Anakie just in front of us. And I think they're going to go straight down the line. And that was Rhodes, the captain. Kicked straight down the line. Couldn't mark. I think he's hit him straight in the head.
Hit him in the head, I reckon.
Go and check if he's okay, Grub.
I might have to.
It's going to be thrown back in again, just on right on the centre wing. Coolman takes it straight out of the ruck again. He's done that a few times today. Couldn't get the kick. He just crushes Carlton, but they're going to go straight through the middle of the ground, and that's through Stevenson. Stevenson kicks up to, is that Benny Leonard? Benny Leonard goes to full forward, goes for goal, really, and he just pushed it to the right. So now we go to 5-5-35 to 2 points. And straight out of the back line through Brodie Gillett. Brodie Gillett will give it off to, is that Zave Parker. Parker goes into the middle of the ground, and it's got to be a mark from Werribee, but he can't mark it. It's picked up by that Werribee player. I can't say who it is. Prismal. Riddle picked it up, and he got tackled in the meantime. It's going to be picked up again. Picked up there by Scotland, the vice-captain. Kicked up to, how do you say it? Patillage, and it's going to be a good tackle by Benny Lennon, and he'll get the ball again.
Well, he kicked the ball from there, but our shot was off and step, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he got the distance if he can get the accuracy, and I think he's going to have a shot.
Well, all the options are covered up forward. He can kick the ball, and he's got the win, so why wouldn't he have a shot? That's good Good decision making. Hopefully he can back it up with a nice kick.
Well, he'll come in now. And they've just paid a free kick to Anakie.
What's going on?
I know something's happened.
The umpire put the arms out for a block, but I don't know where there was a block.
Might have been down there further.
Must have been up the field a little bit, down the field rather. So it's going to be Anakie, which I don't know. We don't know what just happened then, but it's going to be taken by Scotland, the vice captain again. Little scrubby kick inside 50. It's picked up now by, who was that out there?
Chesterman.
Well, it's a good kick, and Lennon's got it again.
Well, let's see if he takes it off.
Well, he's going to go straight to the middle of the ground. Bradley Carlton, who's got one for the day. And he's going to go back to about where Leonard was about to kick it from. And he's right in the mud, in the middle of the ground. So, umpire tells him to move around to the right a little bit. So, Bradley Carlton, number 34 for Werribee Centrals. He'll come in now on the approach. A long run up, he kicks. Not a great kick off the boot, and it will be pushed to the left. So they now go to 5-6, 36 to 2 points in this second quarter. We have gone 24 minutes as Werribee lead by 5 goals. Well, they kicked 5 goals, 6. They've had 11 scoring shots, so they're getting it down there. So it comes through Gillett. Gillett will go up to the middle of the ground, and now they're going to play on. They're going to get a run on Anakie. They're going to go up to the full line, and they go to Harding on the wing rather, not the full line. Number 45 Harding can't mark, spilled out of bounds, and it will be a throw in just in to the right of the Werribee interchange bench and in front of the club rooms.
He came out of defence pretty well. I think it might have been Jordan Kavanagh that came out there. He did it very nicely.
So thrown back in. Beautiful punch from Egan. Now cut down. Taylor can't take it, but it's taken by Young with the headband. Kicks up to full forward. It's going to spill out the back. There's Mason Rhodes, a captain there. There's also Gillett. Gillett tries to give the hands off to Rhodes, and it's going to be rushed over. And when it is rushed over, McDonald just kicks it into the fence.
I'll tell you what, lucky it hit the fence, or it was 50.
So it's going to come out now. It's going to come to Bunworth, the coach of Anakie.
Geez, he hasn't got much to kick to, has he?
He's looking up the ground. You can see a couple of players. He's just going to go straight to a contest, and there's Coolman. That's the only man there. He can't mark. Taken by Werribee now, just in front of the Anakie bench. Good little spoil from the handball. Anakie down on the ground, taken by Culliver, kicked inside 50. It'll spill out of bounds. There'll be another throw in as we go 5-7, 37 to 2 points. We have gone 25, nearly 26 minutes in this second quarter, Dale.
So ball to be thrown back in, forward half again.
You've got to hold them now, Smithy. You've got to hold them now. No more goals.
No, it's getting a little bit blown out now, Grub, but we just need to, as I said, just hold things now for the next couple of minutes, and it should go in at 5 goals down. Won't be too bad. Ball comes out. Stoyers read that nicely. Couldn't take the mark. Went back and collected it. Now looks up. Goes back into their forward line. Ball out the back. Not taken. Picked up there. They clean away Anakie. They've got some numbers back there. Handball had to be good. Wasn't good. Taylor's made it. Had that ball in his hand, but then he's lost the ball. Ball runs back towards the boundary line. Will run over, and it is out of bounds to be thrown back in. About 10 around from behind post.
They need a siren here.
Yes, very much so.
They need a siren.
So ball thrown back in by the umpire now. Ruckman go at it. Tap down there. Chesterman doing the ruck work. Pettiage had a clean sweep at the ball and missed it. And now it's gone through for another minor score. So they move now to 5-8. 2 behinds to Anakie. Bunworth.
Another 50. What's the 50 for?
Unless there's someone not getting back off to that mark, I'm not too sure, Grub. They've got to be back a certain distance, but whether they're not back there, I'm not too sure. I can't pick it. Anyway, Bunworth now goes quickly into the middle of the ground. Coming out was Harding. He needs to pick the ball up. He's done so now. Now he's tackled, got boot the ball. It's going to go as far as his opposition. The coach in Prismal. Prismal goes back outside to Crennan. Crennan now goes short. Running player out there. Could have been Benny Leonard. The siren has sounded. So he's going to unload now. He's going to have to kick it every bit of 55 or 60. Qualman had the mark, but he's now left it. I think Bunworth come up and says, I'll stand it. You go back on the goal line. So Benny Leonard will have the last shot of this first half. And he needs to kick this ball a fair distance. So Leonard now Going to go the torpedo here. I'll tell you what, he's hit that ball pretty nicely. It is just gone through for a minor score. So Benny Lim with 2 behinds, and Werribee side through to 5-9. Goal kickers to this stage of the day is a Patiage with 3, Linehan Cunningham 1, Carlton 1, and Anakie have yet to have a major listed on the board. Take a short break. We'll come back. Second half action here from Symal Oval here at Werribee Central's home ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. I think we're back, boys. Yes. No, there we go. That's all right, mate. Yes, welcome back as the Werribee side re-enter the ground for the second half. As we said at half time, it is 5-9. They kicked 5 goals, 7 in that quarter, the Werribee side, and Werribee didn't add to their quarter time score. Unfortunately, we haven't got Grubby back with us at the moment. So, mate, what did you make of that first half?
Well, the first quarter was interesting. Obviously, Anakie had the little bit of the breeze, and with the rain, that they did well to hold it to 2-2. I think it was at quarter time. But Werribee did use that breeze well that second quarter. I think Crennan's been playing well, running through off the wing. And obviously, if they keep just piling on the goals, it's going to be good for their percentage. I just don't know if Anakie can continue on playing the way they are.
Breezes seem to have dropped just a fraction, but again, the conditions have improved immensely now out here. So it's again Anakie's turn to use that bit of a breeze. Let's hope they can kick 3 or 4. Grubby said before that the cricket over in the far oval had been called off, but they're back out at it again already. So didn't take them long to get back out on the field. But the game here itself, as I said, hasn't been a great spectacle, but Anakie just trying to do their best, just trying to defend as much or as best they could in that second quarter, because as I said, Werribee were always going to, I think, challenge at some stage. They did get a couple of quick goals, but for the majority of it, they didn't do too badly. I think if they're going to give themselves any chance, they need to be pretty close to three-quarter time and hopefully can make it a scrappy affair in the last. But at this stage, you would think that Werribee will go on and win the game. Some scores from around the grounds, mate. We will grab them from you while we can.
Yeah, we've got Inverleigh leading East Geelong by a point, 7-3-45 to 6-8-44 out there at Inverleigh Reserve, Moreton Power Oval. Belmont leading Geelong West Giants 54-43. Winchelsea have really kicked away from North Geelong 15-92 to 2-4-16. Corio 3-6-24 trailing Bellpost Hill 7-9-51. Obviously our game 39-2, just about to start the third term. Thompson leading Bannockburn 6-10-46 to 3-9-27, and that is at Thompson Godfrey Street Oval. And I think we're about to just get underway for the third term here at Symal Oval. Grubby, we found you again.
Yeah, I'm back. Oh, what a great gathering over there. The great George Stories, his son's playing out here. Alan Burke, Joey Pace, Matty Foote. Oh, I tell you what, they're going all right over there. The
Barney
boys.
Bernardo was there.
Yeah, he done the running. I
saw him.
Done the walking in the seconds.
I saw him running around. Doing that.
Hawksy, Roland Beck, Sean Stewart. You remember Sean Stewart?
Yep.
What a great player he was. And one of the greatest ruckmen you've ever seen in your life. Bloke named John McFetridge. He didn't play in GDFNL. He might have played one year, but he come from Yarraville. One of the great. He was one of. If you name the 5 greatest players that ever played at Centrals, he's in it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Siren has sounded. It's third quarter action about to start, and it's going to be Ruckman going out at Riddell's doing the ruck work now. Ball from him goes out towards centre wing. Camilleri coming through, couldn't pick it up. Crennan did so. Ball dry now, so the ball's kicked into the half-forward line. Mark has been taken out there. Benny Leonard has the ball. Last kick of the first half, and he's going to put the ball into their forward line. Patio has come out, and ball went straight through his hands, cleaned up at the back end there now, so it's going to be kicked back through the middle of the ground. Probably needs to keep going in that position. Picked up by Collins. He couldn't get boot the ball. Umpire said that is incorrect disposal. Free kick is going to go to the Werribee side, and Gibson, he goes across the ground, has a player out there, Camilleri, and he will take the mark. A little bit easier to see players now, so ball goes outside. Mark taken out there, Kilby. He plays on, right foot, goes further towards centre wing. Chessman, a little bit of time and space, handballs back inside, goes back to Kilby. Kilby goes back outside. They're mucking around with it. It's been taken off him now. And Anakie with the long kick into their forward line. Ball runs towards the boundary line and will go over just outside their forward 50.
See, the way they came in then, they only had Coolman and Harding, and they didn't kick even centrally to all of them. They kicked it towards the boundary lines. So that's what they cannot do in this third quarter.
Yeah, they've got to attack and try and kick some goals. That's what they've got to do.
They put the big fella in the ruck, the full forward, and Coolman. He tries to get out of the contest. Ball again is taken out of his hands. Hands and knees was Camilleri. Tapped the ball wide of the contest, but again, there's a players converging on it now, and the umpire again in quickly will take possession.
I tell you who's over there too. A lovely footballer I watched, Simon Calvert.
Oh, yes,
Simon
yes.
Calvert?
Yeah, he could take a grab for the grub.
Yeah.
My Jesus. And the ball now thrown in, or thrown up, and it's in the hands of Culliver. Goes round the body, back towards centre wing. Gillett comes up from behind the ball. Can't finish the mark off. Linehan Cunningham gets the handball outside. Ball goes into their half-forward line. Umpire said there's a free kick, did he? Yes, it was. Has to go back because I think play has stopped. And it's going to go back, and free kick on the far side of the ground goes to McDonald. He gets a little short kick up over the top. Again, Tyler Crennan goes back inside, this time to Stevenson. So a little bit of possession football. He decides to run and carry now, short and flat into the forward line. Benny Leonard went the ball go through his hands. They run the ball from defence. Anakie now. That's not bad play. Kicked out there side by Todd. Inside the middle of the ground. The mark has been taken by Gilmore. So Gilmore now transfers play across the ground. That was a great kick into Taylor. But he couldn't hang on to the ball now. So Anakie turned the ball over. This is Taylor of Werribee now. He goes back into their forward line. Out the back. Ball gets through hands. At ground level, picked up Riddell. McDonald was taken high. Umpire, I don't think he saw it. Oh, there he has. That was well and truly after the play had gone. And he will go back and have a look. This is Josh McDonald.
Well, he did throw his arms back and do a bit of staging. I think the umpire might have just been able to make sure, but I reckon the contact was right.
Definitely there. Definitely there. McDonald now from about 20 metres out and almost directly in front.
This will show you what the wind's doing, I think, because this kid can kick for goal.
Yep. Don't think it's as strong as it was in the first half, Grub. So he steps in now, kicks that goal, and that has gone straight through the middle. He's got his first of the afternoon, and the 6 now for the Werribee side. They move to 6-9. They lead Anakie on 2 behinds. Lifeline third quarter scoreboard. We have gone just over 3 minutes.
That's a little bit ominous because I think that's the first goal kick to that end for the day from memory. And just talking to a couple of blokes over there, a bit of sad news this morning. Young Chad Buck has retired.
Oh.
He's only about 2021. 2 knee reconstructions. Decided that he doesn't want a third, I suppose.
Tell you what, if he feels like me today, Grub, he probably made a good decision.
For the knees, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he's retired. That's really sad because he's a good kid.
Back in the middle of the ground, Riddle gets a tap down. No one can pick it up. And they can now. Anakie will pick it up. Now here comes, I think that was Baumgartner, couldn't get the ball. He's going to go again. That's Riddle. He gets a handball out to no one. Now Anakie going to try and go forward. I don't think they can. I thought the umpire blew the whistle then, but he didn't. Here come Werribee. Out on that far wing. A good little kick up to Egan. So Egan's going to play on quickly out to the far side. He tried to get it over to Stevenson. Now they're going to run. They're going to go just up to half forward. A good little cook to Patiage. He's kicked 3 goals for the day with the helmet on. He's going to go straight to full forward, and he's going to try and find McDonald again. McDonald couldn't mark. I think that's Parker with the ball. He's just picked it up, given the hands off to the coach Bumworth. Kicks up to centre forward for Anakie. No one can mark except for Justin Porter. He'll go out to the outer wing again. Good chasing run from Taylor, but Werribee go forward again. Picked up by the captain, Chesterman. Chesterman gives the hands off over to Prismal. Now Prismal kicks a little ball inside 50. Couldn't mark, but he's picked up now, given off to Miller. Miller gives another hands off, and I think that is Crennan, who was gone for goal, and he has kicked the goal.
It was going to be a free kick anyway, I think.
Yeah, so the umpires paid the goal. So they will now go to, 7-9, to 2 points. Lifeline third quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, they're just starting to get away from them now. And really, there's a couple of mistakes from Anakie that look, they've kicked 2 points. They should have been 2 goals, really. They were kickable goals, and they're just sort of dragging on behind a bit. They give a couple of free kicks away. They've really, really got to try at the moment with the win to kick a couple of goals. I don't think they can get actually back in the game, but they've got to become more. They're being competitive, but Werribee Central is just starting to get some easy touches.
So yes, a couple of goals on the scoreboard would be nice for the Anakie boys. Just a little bit of confidence again. Ball from the middle of the contest. Egan's done a pretty good job in the middle. It's going to be cleaned away there by Baumgartner. Didn't travel that far, but he's got support out there. And was trying to get through was Gilmore, but unfortunately, this time Yukobo Merrim, he's picked up and tackled. Ball is not coming out. Umpire said there's no. Well, he's not trying to get it out. I think that was his biggest problem there. Grubb, after he hit the ground. Egan gets the ball out, goes to Culliver, and now he runs out of the muddy middle and goes into their forward line. Patiage in front. Mark not taken at ground level. Taylor tried to pick the, was it DeLeon, got the ball outside to Leonard. Leonard goes outside and back into the hands now of Prismal on the left boot, goes into their forward line. Gillett picks the ball up. He gets the handball out, and again back in the hands now of DeLeon. Got through the contest, got the handball out. They're working pretty hard in their forward half. DeLeon overhand hands and knees. Umpire sits above him. Oh, I'm not too sure now. That's one I don't think he had much prior opportunity. And the umpire has given a free kick to Anakie, and now a 50-metre penalty.
Well, it might not have been the prior. He might have got on top of it and dragged it in, Smithy. I couldn't see.
Yep, so now it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to be taken right on centre wing. So the ball has been moved that way. Todd has the ball. He sees an option across the ground. Has to be good. Riddell, he takes the mark, and he plays on the left boot. And again, as a player out by himself, Kilbarchik, I think it is out there. He can't run onto the ball because the ball's travelled a bit too far for him. Werribee with some numbers back. They got Porter now, goes over the top. Actually, it was Gibson that had the ball then. Delivers the ball outside to McDonald. McDonald goes over the top to Culliver. Culliver runs, has an option outside. His handball wasn't great. Egan tapped it to their advantage, and now they maintain possession. And from the centre wing, they run and carry the ball. I reckon that might be Crennan that's got the ball out there at the moment. He goes long into their forward line. Kick was wide and probably a bit too wide. When they marked by his son out there, Grubb. And the mark has not been taken. It's gone out of bounds. Free kick going to Gillett. And he has got the ball.
It would have to be one-handed.
Yep. So Brody Gillett now with the ball half on their half back line, decide just to go long, hit the ball towards centre wing. Sutton comes up from behind the ball. An easy chest mark is taken there. He plays on, handballs back inside to Culliver again, looks inside to Leon, can't take the mark, put it down, went back and collected it, got the handball away. And he put himself under a fair bit of pressure. Now it's a chance for Anakie. They're in the possession of the ball. They get the ball out. They go back in towards centre half forward. Both players overrun the ball, so picked up there. Stoyce looked at the ball, goes to a hand, short kick, and we'll find Chesterman on centre wing. Turns the ball back inside. Player on the far side is Camilleri. He takes a nice mark, continues on with that ball. Short into the forward line. Kick wasn't great. Mark wasn't taken down there. Again, he tries to follow up. Goes back to Crennan, and he shoots a goal.
And he misses.
It's another behind there. Tyler Crennan, 1 goal, 2 for the afternoon. And Werribee side now to 7-10. Anakie 2 behinds, and we have gone 9 minutes. Lifeline, third quarter scoreboard.
So here come Anakie from full back. They're going to go straight up to centre half back and can't mark, and I think that was Mason Taylor.
Nah, interference.
Given a free kick, fair enough. It was a front on contact, that rule.
Yep.
So Mason Taylor. A lot of players on this side of the ground, just in front of us, the box, and he kicks that way. Couldn't pick up. I think that was Bunworth, the coach. Was that a high tackle there? I don't think it was. They're going to play on now, and it's going to come out through Carlton. Carlton back into the middle through Prismal. Prismal, they're moving their ball really well. Miller into the forward line. Kicked up to McDonald. McDonald is going to try and get out the back. He picks it up now. Gives a hands off to Camilleri. Camilleri, another hand back to McDonald, and he's going to go inside 50. I think they all stopped. I thought the umpire blew the whistle.
Might have paid advantage.
So he's kicked it inside 50. And now he's going to pay a free kick to the Werribee Centrals. Who is that?
Reece Prismal.
Reece Prismal, who I just called. So the Werribee coach, Grubby, is going to have a shot for goal.
Yeah, he's lifted his work rate a bit, Prismal, in the second quarter and this quarter.
Third quarter in this second half. Is that what you meant? Second quarter in this quarter? Or is that what you
In
meant?
the second quarter and in this quarter, he's just lifted a bit.
Well, let's hope he can kick the goal for his side. He comes in now. Brismal, number 12. Shot a goal. The Breeze took it. And it's going to be 1 behind. So they now go to 7-11. 53 to 2 points. And we have gone 10.5 minutes in this third term. So it's going to be another kick out from full-back for Anakie.
Well, kick it down the middle again, son. That nearly worked last time.
He did. He did that, and it nearly worked when they came out this side. He's going to go out the far side, which have been using a lot this game. It's going to spill out the back, and it's kicked off the ground by Mason Taylor. No one can pick it up but Anakie, and it's a really good tackle from the Werribee Central's player out there. It's going to be a ball up.
I think that might have been Prismal as well, was it?
pretty much. It could have been.
Yeah,
or
I think it
Egan,
was the
or
tackle.
Egan.
No, I think it might have been Egan. I think Prismal's just here. So, ball's thrown back in. Really good tap down from Coolman, but not really to anyone. So, Anakie are going to get a clear and kick. But like they've been doing all day, they kick to no one in particular except Werribee. And Werribee will clear out over to this centre wing. Now up to, was that Chesterman? No, it's Gibson. Now they're going to run inside 50 through Scotland. Scotland, really good kick to Patiage. So Scotland to Patiage, and Patiage just in front of the Werribee interchange bench. At left half forward, he's going to go straight up to full forward. He's nearly gone for the goal. No one can mark. Spilled down to the ground. Picked up by Anakie now. No one can really pick up the ball cleanly. And I think it's going to be a ball up just in front of the Werribee goal. Grubby, can Werribee snag a quick goal here?
Well, the Anakie pressure's got to be on.
So Coolman gets a tap down against Chesterman. Werribee on the bottom of the pack. Now Coolman can get a little clear and kick, but it's only Prismal there. Prismal and Scotland both there. He'll go inside to the middle of the ground, and
that's a good kick.
It was a great kick. It should have been spoiled, but it has been taken by Ryan Young, and he's going to line up. Umpire tells him to move around. He's about right half forward for Werribee. Umpire wants him to move around. He's going to come in quickly. Here he goes in now. 2 goal, and I think he's just pushed it to the left again, so another behind. And they go to 7-12-54. So 2 points still on the scoreboard, and they're going to come out and go to that far side, Dale.
Yeah, Leach brings the ball out, goes long out looking for Riddell. Over the top of his head it goes. He's got some numbers behind him for Werribee. They bring the ball back towards Rhodes, it is. He's read that nicely, picks the ball up and kicks back out. Leads in the race for the ball. It's running pretty hard there as Gibson, but unfortunately he can't keep the ball in the field of play, and it goes over. They've made some good ground there, some good territory. And they now have the ball on their half-forward line. So it looks like Prismal looks like he's doing the ruck work now. Uncontested. Taps the ball back to the front of the contest. Coming through. Anakie tried to run through the contest. And the umpire, I thought he got rid of the ball, but the umpire said that was incorrect. Good tackle there, Tyler Crennan. So Crennan with the ball. Tips the ball back in towards centre half back position. Stoyers takes the mark. He can go short and sideways. They do that now, and it goes to Gibson. He does short and up the ground this time. So Scotland now in a little bit of space by himself. Plays on, goes towards centre half forward. Young's there, mark not taken. It's being kept alive. Patiage tries to get back on his left boot. Good little quick hands inside to Carlton. Carlton runs to 15, kicks towards goal, and he finishes nicely. Brad Carlton has his second of the afternoon. The 8th now for Werribee. They move to 8-12. They lead Anakie on 2 behinds. We have gone 14.5. Lifeline, third quarter scoreboard.
Again, the Anakie defence was perfect. They did all right, but it was their on balls that didn't follow their player down. And when you play football like that and you only have to kick a 15, 20-metre goal, the defence has got no hope against it. So, good play by Werribee. But I think the Anakie on ballers have got to follow these blokes around and make sure they don't get easy kicks.
That's back in the middle of the ground. Around the ground scores Inverleigh leading East Geelong by 8 points.
Well, hang on, there's a whistle here. There's a whistle here.
Downfield. I think he's blowing the whistle at your son over there in the pocket.
He probably has. There's a whistle here. I think it's going to go to Anakie by the looks of it. No, nothing. He blew the whistle for nothing.
Coolman taps it straight down to Prismal. I don't know what the umpire is calling for, but they're going to kick it up to Chesterman. It's going to be picked up, hopefully, in there by Todd. Picked up now, but his handball straight to Werribee. Now they're going to go through Prismal. Back inside 50 for Werribee. Kicked up to, and I think it's kicked up to Lindemann Cunningham, who's already kicked the goal. He's going to go straight to full forward. Can they get a mark? Yes, they can. They're kicking well, and they're marking well in this third quarter. He's kicked it straight up to Ryan Young, who's going to have a shot for goal. So they moved that really well through Prismal. And Young is going to have a shot at goal. So he comes in, started pretty quickly. He's going to come straight at goal. There might be a goal. I think it's just
it's come back.
Squeezed in. Ryan Young kicks a goal. They now go to, what do we got? 8-12. 8-13.
I got 9-12.
Oh, he missed it. I thought he sneaked it in.
Oh, there you go.
What?
So it is 8-13. I thought he kicked the goal. I thought he just sneaked it in, Ryan Young, but the umpire's closer than we are. So it's kicked up to Daniel Bunworth, the coach, just in front of the Werribee interchange bench on the centre wing. He's got no one to kick to, really. And he's going to be called to play on. He's going to go straight down the wing in front of us. And it's going to roll out of bounds just in front of us. Taylor couldn't mark it. Harding couldn't mark it.
He slipped on the concrete.
It's dangerous there, Grubby.
Yeah, it is a bit. It is a bit. Might have been Justin Porter, I think. He went around the Anakie people and got the stops on the concrete and went bum over head.
So we're on centre wing. Coolman in the ruck. Umpire throws the ball in. There's a free kick. And you could hear the groans.
He did grab hold of him.
So Prismal, they're going to play on now. Play on quickly, and they're going to go through Scotland, straight into the middle of the ground, and they've got a runner coming, and I think it was Leonard, who's got a big boot on him. Here it comes out. Another, couldn't tackle him there, Slugget. Stevenson goes inside 50. Beautiful kick to McDonald in the far pocket. He's going to play on quickly. He's going to kick straight up to, is that Young again?
Gee, that was a good kick. A couple of real good kicks in that period of play there.
They are really moving the ball very nicely, Werribee. So, where's that whistle coming from? Werribee going to have a shot at goal. I can't say who it is. Do we know who it is, boys?
Young.
It is
Ryan Young.
It is Young. So he's going to try and kick the goal, which I thought it was last time. And he's pushed it to the left. So we now go to 8-14, 62 to 2 points. Lifeline third quarter scoreboard. And Anakie will come from fullback again, Dale. So I think they're going to come to this wing. I reckon they should just go straight up the middle and try that, but they are going to come to this wing now. And I think we've got out here is Gilmore. So he's kicked towards Gilmore, but he couldn't take it. Umpire's going to pull out a free kick.
Unrealistic attempt, I'm guessing. He flew before acceptances and didn't quite go anywhere near the football.
Yeah, well, Scotland was going to play on from that, but it's going to be taken by Carlton, and he'll kick to half forward. Good little mark there. So I reckon they just try, go down the middle of the ground, Anakie, and they will just slow it down. Through Yuba Mary, and he's tackled.
Play on.
What?
Which now, so the way he plays Yuba Mary, and I think he's a former rugby player, so he just doesn't really know how to play on. So it's kicked up to McDonald again.
Good ends.
And that was a beautiful kick from, I think it was Culliver. So McDonald on in the far pocket. About 45 metres out. And he's going to go for, hopefully, a Werribee goal this quarter. We've had 2 points. And he'll come in now on the left boot. Not a bad kick.
It's a beautiful
and I think
kick.
it is a beautiful kick. McDonald has kicked the goal. They now go to 9-14, 68 to 2 points in this Lifeline third term. Grubby.
I don't know why they called me. Did he go over the mark or something like that? But all of a sudden, and he didn't know. The poor bugger had no idea, and then he just gets tackled. I suppose that's prior opportunity once the umpire's called play on. I don't know why, whether he went around on the mark or I don't know. But, you know, I don't know. Sometimes you change rules a little bit for common sense and give the kid a fair go? I don't know.
I don't know. But I think when he really starts getting the footy smarts, I think the way he's built, he'll be a good footballer.
Oh, yeah.
So back in the middle we go this time. Riddell, he gets the ball out, kicks the ball off the ground, and it runs towards centre wing. Taylor's the first to arrive. This of Anakie, and he goes into their forward line. Bunworth's out the back. Nearly had a good piece of the ball, but it's cleaned up out there. Cleared away by Porter. His kick wasn't great coming out of defence. They've got some numbers back there to support now. Crennan tried to force his way through. Gives the ball off to Carlton. Carlton goes back to Camilleri. Camilleri to Egan. And Egan now kicks from centre wing. Goes into their centre, or goes towards centre wing. And it's going to be picked up there. It wasn't Miller overran the ball. It was Culliver that overran the ball. Handball comes back inside. Riddell has got a player across the ground, and Kavanagh goes through his hands. No. Taylor in the right spot at the right time, and he goes back into their forward line. In front, Pattyard's ball comes down. It's going to be picked up by Young. He didn't pick the ball up. Was brought to ground again. Good body ground work there from Scotland. He goes pretty hard at the ball. It's Baumgartner, I think, in there as well. Or no, it was Elliot Birch, actually. And he was brought to ground and will be a ball up to take place right on forward 50.
So to mean the trouble they get themselves in without the one grabbers.
Yep. So the ball thrown up this time. Ball comes out of the contest. Carlton through there. Gets the handball away. Again, it ends up their hands in Kavanagh. Got it over the top to Riddell, and he's now ambling his way through the field. Free kick further down the field.
Well, it has to come back to the Riddell.
So well, I don't understand what this free kick was for, because there was a little contest there. I just don't know what it was for, Grubby.
Grabbed hold of him after he got rid of the ball.
Fair enough. So kicked up to half forward for Anakie. Taken out there by Stevenson, and now they'll play on from Scotland back to Stevenson. He's a really good runner. Kicks inside 50. He's going to go up towards, I think it is, Lyman Cunningham.
Mark.
So he's going to play in quickly. Could have gone for the goal, but he kicks the full forward, and it's going to roll over the back. And was that a goal from Paddy Arge?
Not quite. No.
It's going to be rushed over the line, and we're going to go to 9:15. 69 to 2 points as Anakie go out to the far side up to about 60 metres out. Good kick to Riddle. So number 17, Riddle for Anakie. He's on the outer side. He kicks, don't know where that was going. He kicks it up to the wing. It's picked up now by, I think it was Stevenson. Stevenson gives the hands out wide. Kicked inside 50 again. And he, all on his own, is the captain, Chesterman. And they're going to move it on quickly. They like giving easy options, and kicks it up to Paddy Arge. Couldn't mark it. Slips out the back. Lyman Cunningham still down there. Pulls down the Anakie player. Anakie get the clearing kick.
Good footy.
Good spin around. And it's a good spin around from Sluggett. Now out comes Anakie through Bunworth, the captain, but he's tackled.
He got a handball, didn't he?
I thought he handballed it, and I thought it was nearly a push in the back.
Well, I thought he got the handball. We can see it. Obviously, the umpire couldn't. Well, you can't guess, though.
No. So it's Blake Taylor. Bit of voice from the Anakie crowd. So Blake Taylor. He's in the middle of the ground. He's going to just go keep in the middle of the ground. He's going to kick to Egan. So now they're going to come out this side, and a good kick through Scotland. Scotland, a beautiful kick to Paddy Arge, but he can't mark. He nearly marked on the third grab. Couldn't pick it up, couldn't get through.
The ball.
And it will be a free kick.
It took 3 or 4 steps and got collared, didn't deliver
So he nearly did well. He just needs to take that mark, Paddy Arge, and gill it at full back for Anakie. Another great kick, and Kavanagh could mark. Snaps around his body. That was Young, but it just bounces into the full forward line. Rushed over again, and we'll go to 9:16. 70 to 2 points. 9:16, 70 to 2 points. So Anakie clear it out on that far side. Umpires
another 50.
Paid a 50. So they're clearly going over that mark, and they've gone over it a couple of times.
Yeah, but he played on.
Yeah, and he was outside the beyond post, so I reckon that's nearly probably a good enough distance, isn't it?
And the thing is that you can just play on. You don't have to kick it to yourself, and you can just run out of the square. So I don't understand what's going on there. Over to you, Dale.
Ball now through the middle of the ground. It's going to be picked up there by Rhodes, and he's going to go long into their forward line. Collins out the back, can't take the mark, but Crennan that's got the ball now. He looks back on the right boot, goes out wide. Camilleri in space, just needs to keep it in the field of play, but can't do that. Ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw-in which will take place. And far side of the ground between centre wing and half forward. And he's at their attacking end. So ball thrown back in now. Egan back doing the ruck work. He taps the ball out. Front of the contest, picked up. Well, actually wasn't picked up cleanly. It's going to be running through the middle. I think that's either Culliver, I think it is. Goes across the ground. It's a great looking kick to Stoyers. He's got some runners in support. He hands the ball off now. Goes to Wakilby. He was brought down in a tackle. Again, ball is picked up and cleaned up, and it goes back into their forward line. We're talking Anakie. Blake Taylor going back with the ball now. Has an option to go sideways. Does so. Has to be a good kick because he needs to find his teammate there in Stevenson, but the ball goes over the boundary line. And has gone to be thrown back in. About 25 around from the behind post. 25 gone, so I don't think there'll be too much more left in the quarter.
Well, the time clock's not working on the scoreboard, Grubby. Can we get that fixed? No. Goodness me.
Get it rewired again, Grub.
Yeah, get someone who knows how to wire it.
So the ball from Coolman gets a handball, goes back to the front of the contest. Baumgartner gets in and out of trouble. Handball's back, went to Taylor. And there is the siren, 4-3, got a time. It is 9:16 to Werribee, 2 behinds to Anakie. Goal kicks this stage of the day. We have 3 to Paddy Arge, 2 to Josh McDonald, and 1 each to Linehan, Cunningham, Crennan. Brad Carlton also has 2 for the afternoon. As we said, Anakie, there's got the 2 solitary behinds. We're going to take a short break. Final quarter action, not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Time scores, possibly awesome. Current scores from around the grounds. What have we got there, mate?
Yeah, so that Inverleigh East Geelong game, Inverleigh have kicked away to 13-5, 83, East Geelong 7-9, 51. Belmont leading Geelong West by 16 points, so assuming it's three-quarter time, Geelong West still in that game? Don't
possibly, yes. Don't know where the wind's blowing this way down there.
Yeah, so Winchelsea 111 to 30, playing against North Geelong, obviously. Bellpost Hill 9-11, 65 to Corio 3-9, 27. So Corio still battling away there, but I think Bellpost Hill will get the win. And in that big game, the Battle of the Tigers in Thompson, it's 10-10, 70 Thompson to 6-10, 46 Bannockburn. And I think Thompson will comfortably win that in the end.
Well, Grub, where do you reckon the game's going? And can Anakie get some little bit of respect on the board in the last quarter?
Well, I don't know where the game's going, but I know where I'm going to go shortly over to the past players, because I tell you, it's a shocking game. Look, Anakie were playing okay, but nice, easy one-grab marks. They kept dropping them, and they let Werribee in. Without those mistakes, they'd be a lot closer. Now, against the wind in the last quarter, you'd really hope they kick a goal, but they're going to have to work pretty hard to do that. But I tell you, there's another thing coming up too. The 5th spot is up for grabs. I just reckon Thompson, Bellpost Hill East, and probably Bannockburn. But the 5th spot's up for grabs. Now, Inverleigh look like they may get a win today. If they finish on the same points, a lot of these sides are going to beat Anakie by a lot more than this. So I just think with the win in the last quarter, Werribee have to kick 8 or 9 goals to get some percentage. Although, if you know how percentage works, this is a fair bit of percentage because they've only kicked
2
2 points.
points.
It's what goes into it.
Yep.
The common denominator is, I don't know, or the quotient.
The quotient.
But, you know, they need to kick a lot of goals this quarter because it might come down to percentage at the end of the year. So I would hope they would kick 8 or 9 goals because percentage will be dearly wanted at the end of the year.
Yeah, we'll already...
Prismal's old man's walking away from the Anakie. Anakie huddle with a can in his hand. He's probably had 3 and he's in trouble, but only the one. Good on you, Clint. But, yeah, look, in the end, Anakie have just got to keep fighting. They've got to keep fighting. They've got to take those one-grab marks. As they take the one-grab marks, a couple of bits of the passages of play were good, and it finished with a drop mark. If they're to kick a goal, they can't win, obviously, but if they're to kick a goal, they've got to work that hard and they've got to hold their marks and they've got to make least mistakes. Werribee, on the other hand, haven't played great footy, but they've looked good in patches, and it's not really a game that you would say they are final aspirants. You would think the way they've played today so far.
I'm not too sure what Josh Sutton's doing, but he's gone forward now. They've got 7 in their forward line. Now they've got 6 defenders, or 5 defenders. So whether someone hasn't checked the board properly, I'm not too sure here.
The umpire's been a bully and sending the 3-year-old kid off the ground.
Oh, that's right. I think Anakie are playing an extra man down in defence. That's probably why he's gone down. So he's gone down to even things up. I don't mind that. So that's all good.
The other thing I saw was Linehan Cunningham take a mark. I know they're against the wind, but he goes for a short pass and doesn't come up. He's the goal kicker.
Yep.
You know, if you kick it to the left post, the wind will assist you a little bit even at that end. I would have thought a couple of those blokes. I know they went the passes, unselfish play, but be a bit selfish sometimes and get yourself a couple of goals.
Just kick the goal.
Yep.
Final quarter action is upon us now, and the Ruckman go at it this time. Quillman gets the ball down, and he's done it nicely because he's got the handball back, runs out of the centre. He just loads up and kicks long into their forward line. Mark needs to be taking it, won't. Stevenson, I think it is, comes out, gives the ball, got the handball away, went inside to Miller. Miller goes back outside to Stevenson, fed the ball back inside. I think it went back to Kilby, runs the boundary line, kick was smothered, and it goes over. Nearly into the box then.
Nearly to me. I nearly took it.
Past players, though, I should have grabbed that and had a snap.
Yeah, would have been good. So the ball now coming back to the umpire. Just going to make a bit of ground back to where the ball went over. So umpire now about to restart it. Ball thrown in by the umpire. Ball from Quillman. He tries to take it out of the ruck contest. Again, couldn't get out of there. Egan did nicely. Actually battled pretty well for that, I would think. Oh
boy.
That was a bit rough too. And free kick is going to go to Egan. Got the handball away very quickly to Culliver. He went one way, then the next. Went back inside. Has an option there. Kick was okay. Mark has been taken. It's out there. Kilby. He'll go across the ground. Some runners from behind. So now they move the ball to centre wing and go into their half-forward line. Camilleri out there on the far side. He looks up and he goes long into the forward line. Going back, Bunworth. Boyle from behind. Tapped out there by Paddy Yards. Runs back towards the boundary. Back towards the goals and through for another minor score. So, as you said, Grubbs, points do count, but we probably need the 6 points instead of the 1.
Exactly.
Bunworth now kicking in from full back. Said Anakie with those. Well, actually, it was not. It's Rhodes that's going to be kicking in. Long kick out. Goes out wide. Mark not taken out there by Birch. Kicked off the ground by Miller to a Culliver. Culliver goes into Prismal. Prismal looks back and goes into the forward line. Spoil from behind there was Taylor. Now here's tackle being laid. Sutton just puts his hand in the air as Bunworth tries to back out of the contest. Umpire says, give it back to me. We will have a ball up. About 20 out from the goals. Sutton gets the ball down. Picked up out there. They try to work through the contest. That was Gilmore. Umpire said incorrect disposal. Free kick is going to go to Werribee, but I just don't know who's going to take it. I know. De Leon's come out of the contest with the ball in his hand.
And you might think that was a bit tough on the Anakie player with no prior opportunity, but he actually had prior opportunity because he did the fend-off.
He did too, I think.
So once the fend-off's been done, there goes your prior opportunity. Yep. So that one was actually a good decision by the umpire.
So De Leon now is going to kick it goal, and we'll get a real good look at this one from where we sit here. Comes in. Kicks that goal. That looks very nice off the boot. It is through the middle. He gets his first goal of the afternoon. And the 10th now for Werribee. They are 10-17, leading Anakie 2 behinds. Almost 3 minutes gone. Final quarter. Morris Finance scoreboard.
It seems a shame because the bloke grabs the ball. He's trying his hardest to get out and do the right thing by his club. But as I say, the fend off is prior opportunity. But from there on a windy day, it still takes a decent kick. I mean, I reckon I kicked about 50 from there. But these young blokes, they sometimes don't allow for the win. But good football, good play, and 27 shots to 2. They could probably be a bit further ahead, actually. But, look, as I say, Anakie, they're still in there, having a go.
So, back in the middle of the ground, good tap down by Egan. He's going to rove his own ball. He'll just kick it off the ground. He's going to go up forward to Linman Cunningham, who gives a hands off, and he think it's giving it to Carlton, who plays on now, picked up. He's going to pay push in the back, is he? Holding the ball against
Brad Carlton.
Carlton. Fair enough. That's taken by Rhodes, who'll kick out to the outer side, and that's taken by Todd. Todd will kick up to the outer wing. He might have kicked it off the ground on the full. No, he hasn't. He's going to throw it in.
Look, I agree with that in a way. The only thing is, there was probably another half a play gone. He was a little bit late with that holding the ball call, but I think it was the right call.
I think it's a problem in every game. They pay the half, what's.
Yeah.
And don't pay the right ones. So it's thrown back in. I think that was Coolman that got a kick out. He hasn't been too bad, Coolman.
All right.
So Werribee are going to get that defensive mark and then going to come over to Stevenson, but he can't mark. A good shepherd is put on for Stevenson. Stevenson will take a bounce out of half back. Another shepherd put on for Stevenson. Up to full half forward, rather. To Patiage, number 1 with the helmet. Just in front of us on this side. He's going to go on the left boot.
Oh,
and all on his own.
Sit there. No.
All on his own was a captain, Chesterman, and he's kicked a goal, and they now go to 11-17, 83. And that was really too easy. Absolutely too easy. Grubby, so, yeah.
I don't normally bring blokes' names up, but young Luke Duffy, he didn't get back on his opponent. It went over his head, and he just stood there and watched him in the goal. Yep. What Anakie are doing here today, right, is they're absolutely trying their guts out and giving everything they've got, and yet a kid down there didn't give everything he had at that particular point. I don't want to bag him, but that's the truth.
So...
Oh, now they've got 5 in the middle, have they? No.
Yeah, I don't know, but they've given a free kick to Werribee, and they're going to go straight inside 50 to Patiage. Patiage can't mark. It's picked up nearly by the captain again. He's just kicked that goal. Just kicks it off the ground, picked up now, gives it to De Leon. De Leon snaps around. It's going to be a behind to the far side, and we'll now go to 11-18, 84 to 2 points. Werribee lead. So to kick out from full back, they're going to come this side, and they're going to kick straight up to... Oh, nearly got the mark. That was Miller. Flew up there, and it's going to be a throw-in. I don't know what that free kick was for in the middle of the ground, Grubby.
No, I honestly don't.
No, I don't know. So the umpire paid a free kick in the middle of the ground. Werribee went forward, and now we are here just in front of the Anakie interchange bench on this centre wing. So Egan in the ruck gets a tap down. Got a little handball out there. Now here goes Anakie through Sluggett. Sluggett kicks up just in front of us. He couldn't mark. Picked up by Crennan. Crennan gives a hands off to a man in the middle of the ground who's going to go forward. Taylor. Another hand from Taylor to De Leon. Now over to Culliver, who kicks inside 50. Couldn't mark McDonald. I think he might have been held. No, he's played on. Anakie clear and kick out. It's going to come over this way again to Sluggett. Sluggett's going to go over to Sluggett.
In a brotherly love.
We love that. So the big number 99, Sluggett. That's Josh. Kicks it up straight to Werribee again. And they will go
Taylor
back towards the half-forward line through Taylor. Taylor goes up there. And a good mark.
Good mark.
A very good mark by Yuku Barmarian. He was going in the direction of Sluggett, but he couldn't mark it. Comes out now to Stevenson, who's been good on the half-back line. Just kicks up to the forward line again. Here goes Sluggett. He's got the ball a couple of times in the last few minutes. Now it's go through Gillett. Gillett's going to nearly drop the ball, and he's going to cross the goal. Oh. And a horrible kick.
I think it's gone out in the full.
Don't think it has.
I don't think it has, but the boundary umpire was about 40 metres away. And I think he has. He's paid out on the field umpire. So it's going to be Josh McDonald in the far pocket to have a shot at goal. So
he's the wrong side for him. You're going to have to do the, what do you call it?
Yeah, the banana.
Banana, you idiot. Or he's going to be looking for a lead. So I think you've got to be aware of this.
He's going to go the banana, and he's hit the post. So we now go to 11-19-85 to 2 points. We have gone 8.5 minutes. Final term for Morris Finance. Dale, over to you.
Bailey, don't get sucked into this idiot's terminology. Banana.
Banana. Well, you want to call it the Czech side like the
Adelaideans? Just banana will do.
The banana, yep. So the ball's come out, goes long. Collins out the back, didn't make it. Riddell, he gets the ball off the top of the contest, goes in towards centre wing over the top of Baumgartner. And again, Taylor sitting back, takes a mark, looks back inside, has Culliver, went one way, has Crennan short, but decides to go to him now. Kick wasn't great. Coming the other way, wasn't picked up cleanly again. So it's an opportunity for the Anakie side to pick the ball up. They come outside. This time it goes out towards Gilmore. Put his teammate there in Harding under a bit of pressure. He's able to get out of it. The ball goes over the top and it goes back towards the boundary line. Oh, that's a strong tackle. Egan over the top, but it's picked up Riddell. He's got the handball, goes to Baumgartner. Little chip up over the top. Went back inside looking for his teammate in Gilmore, but again, Taylor coming through. Got the handball, got it back from Carlton, then released it over the top to Chesterman to De Leon. He gets boot the ball, didn't travel that far. Umpire says it's coming back.
Back to De Leon, I think.
It is.
Yep.
And he will have the ball about 40 out from goal, I would think. Kick from 45. So Grub, he's got the kick in him, has he, or not?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a question of accuracy here.
Righto, Zach De Leon.
Played a pretty good game too.
Yep. Has one for the game so far. And again, we sit right behind from where he's kicking, so we'll be able to tell you where it's going. He's held it to the right-hand side, and that's where it stayed, and through for a minor score. 1-2 for him this afternoon. 11-20 now to the Werribee side. 2 behinds to Anakie. We have gone 10 minutes. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
So it's going to be Bunworth, a coach, who just says push forward for Anakie. He's going to go out to the outer wing. Good spoil there from Kilby. And it's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a throw, and there's a Werribee player just getting up. It's rough from the contest. I think it was McDonald. He's good. He's going to run back forward. Just a little hubble. And it's going to be a throw in on the outer wing half back for Anakie. So it's Egan, and I think it's Woodyard in the ruck. Falls down now. It's a Werribee. Werribee going to go inside 50. The hands come on through Scotland. Scotland to the goal square. And he's think it's going to hit the... No, he's going to call it behind.
Yeah, touched.
So 11-21-87 to still the 2 points for Anakie. It's going to be a kick out through Leach now. Leach is going to come this side of the ground, the centre wing. He's going to kick straight into the hands of Stevenson. And it's going to be a free kick to Anakie.
Interference.
So the umpires have been very clear on those free kicks today, Grubby. It's a good kick, but it just drops short. De Leon picks the ball up. He gives the hands off now to Carlton. Carlton goes for goal. He's kicked it straight down the mouth of Sutton. And he's kicked the goal. That was a beautiful play. De Leon to Carlton to Sutton. And they kick another goal in this Morris Finance final term, Grubby. They are playing good football and kicking away as we go 12-20. 93, 12-21-93 to 2 points. Morris Finance final term, Grubby.
Oh, look, it's the bounce of the ball too. If it's a half a metre further, the bloke takes the mark. Yep. But he couldn't quite get there. And he put the foot out, and unfortunately, when you kick it back into a nest of forwards, there's a 50-50 chance that it's going to go to a Werribee player. I had to be nice to him because he was walking past, but it was shocking. it was one of the worst.
In the middle of the ground. Egan gets a tap easily against Woodyard. Now they go forward again through Crennan. Crennan's been good today. Now De Leon, who's also been good. Back to De Leon. Hands back to, I think that was it Scotland?
Prismal.
Prismal. Prismal kicks up to McDonald in the long sleeve on that outer side to where we are. And he's about 55 metres out. He's going to have a look for a player. And he's got options, but he's kicked it straight down the throat of Kavanagh, but he couldn't mark it. Kavanagh gives a hand off to Sluggett, the big number 99, that's Josh. And they're going to cross the goal. It is a bad decision because...
hold the ball.
Is he paid holding
No,
the ball?
he
No,
hasn't.
he hasn't.
He hasn't
He's going to let
paid
it spill out over his head. Sutton, still in play. He's going to come around on his right boot, and I think he's going to kick a goal. He has.
He is.
And who was that out there?
Young, was it?
It might have been.
Oh, no, it's Leonard. Is it?
Benny Leonard.
Benny Leonard.
Yeah.
So Benny Leonard's kicked the goal. They now go to 13-21-99 to still 2 points. Well, they did well to keep it in play there, Grubby, and kick another goal. So Morals Finance final term, we've gone 13.5 minutes. Special comments at the Grubstar.
Yeah, I just thought Connor Linehan Cunningham, Bryce Linehan Cunningham, I just thought he probably had enough time to get rid of it and didn't. So Anakie, a little bit stiff there. They may have got the free kick, but then once the ball hit the ground, there was just too many Werribee players there, and three of them touched it before they kicked the goal.
Back in the middle of the ball now, and it's going to be Ruckman there. I think Woodyard's gone in there to do some ruck work. Goes to handball, comes out to Taylor. Woodyard back on his hands and knees. Tries to pick it Egan, just taps the ball further afield. Picked up by Sluggett. Handball's back into the middle. Crennan just through the middle he comes, picks the ball up cleanly, goes back into their forward line. Numbers are definitely up there. Leonard couldn't pick the ball up. Kick off the ground. Hopefully not. He's
Don't. Yes,
he's paid the first deliberate of the day.
Oh, gee, give the poor kid a break.
Yeah, no, he didn't have much opportunity. I don't think he deliberately slung his foot at it.
He
just hit there.
Tried to kick it out of defence. I don't think he meant to kick it over the boundary line. And he's paid a deliberate. I can't believe that, really. Jeez. You know, the blokes are struggling. He tries to kick it out of defence. Give him a bit of the benefit of the doubt.
So I think this might be Ben and Leonard again, isn't it? So he gets around with a bit of candy on the man of the mark and goes towards goal, and he has kicked the goal. Yeah. So Benny Leonard has got now 2 to his name, and the 14th now for the Werribee side. They're 14-21. 2 behinds to Anakie. We have gone almost 15 minutes. Final quarter, Morris Finance scoreboard.
Yeah, it's just all Werribee, isn't it? Like, you know, it's funny when people are dropping the ball and dropping marks, and it's been very slippery all day. And Tyler Crennan comes through the pack. One grabs it and actually torpedo punts it into the forward line. And I don't know, they just got too much for them.
So back in the middle of the ground, 14-21, 105 to 2 points. Tapped down by Egan, straight down the throat of Prismal. And he's wrapped up. It'll be another ball up. Basically the same spot they started. So Woodyard and Egan in the ruck. I think Woodyard can do something in Anakie. So it's picked up by Josh Sluggett, the big number 99. Taken high. He ducked down to pick up the ball and Egan took him high. So the flowing blonde locks of Josh Sluggett. He's going to go on the left boot up to
good kick,
Woodyard.
Son. Well done.
And it was a good kick. Woodyard, good mark. So if they can just really have a look here, it's going to give it off to Harding, who's going to play on the big fella. Gives her hands off. Wrapped up straight away. And he's trying to get rid of it. And he's going to be a ball up. I thought he was nearly going to pay holding the ball then. Incorrect disposal.
You're trying to get a goal, so kick it long,
Just kick it long to the full forward. So it's just inside the Anakie forward line. Good tap by Woodyard. Tap down to Parker. It's picked up by the Werribee player and a good tackle and another ball up. Basically the same spot inside the Anakie forward line. We've gone 15.5 minutes. Morris Finance final term, Dale.
So Woodyard just telling the umpire he's going up for the ruck work again. Jumps high, ball from Egan, comes out of the contest, goes back towards Sluggett. Miller just taps the ball out wide. Running player looks like Stevenson. Can go after it now, just needs to collect it. Has a player inside in Crennan. And again, he runs and carries, takes a bounce. So the ground has definitely dry. Took 2 and kicks into their forward line. Kick wasn't great going in. Mark not taken. Linehan Cunningham spins out of trouble, gives the handle away. Sutton taps the ball back inside to DeLeon. DeLeon to Scotland. He went the banana grab, but he did not connect that. Actually, he's missed everything, says the umpire.
He missed everything, and he could have given the hands off to, I think it was Benny Leonard, who was sitting in the goal square on his own. He could have given the hands off, but he didn't.
He'd be dirty, Benny, too, don't worry.
He threw his hands up. 2 Werribee players down, but they're getting up now. Sutton.
Paddy Yards and Sutton.
They'll be right.
A little bit hobbly. Ball has disappeared over the fence, and there's not too many people outside the car looking to bring the ball back in.
I wouldn't be either. It is brisk. It'd be brisk over there too on the far side.
Oh, what are you talking about?
It'd be freezing,
sun's out.
Grubby.
It's nearing 28. The sun's out. It's a beautiful day. here in sunny Werribee.
Oh, it's wonderful, Grubster.
Might get a bit cold overnight, but other than that, what a lovely, look at it. It's blue skies, sun.
Blue skies, no cloud in sight.
Well, the umpire, no, there's one of the players has gone over there. Was it Bunworth jumped the
Might have
fence?
been the coach, I think. His dad used to live just up the road. It's the one who didn't sneak home for a cup of tea.
So Bunworth now has finally reappeared with the ball, and he's going to decide to. Oh, actually, it wasn't. It was Rhodes. It was. It kicks the ball outside 50. Marker's not taken out there. Going after the ball there was Gilmore. He was taken down, picked up again. Egan. He looks up, just delivers the ball long back into the forward line. Mark again not taken. Rhodes at ground level. Handballs over the top. Scotland. Can he run onto it? No, he can't pick the ball. Yes, he can. And this time he kicks around the body.
He redeemed himself.
Hit the post, says the umpire.
Did it?
No,
well, that's what he said. So it's another behind to the Werribee side. They are 14-22. 2 behinds to Anakie.
Jeez, I would have said fair enough it was a point, but I didn't see it at the post.
He was pretty confident he got that one.
Yeah. Look, he's still not happy. If that hit the post, I'm not here.
So it's going to be kicked back in. This time Leach is going to do the kicking in duties. Where he played just a little bit slow getting to his feet. That was Harding. So they've got the player up now. And Leach is deciding he's just going to go straight down the middle. That's a great flat kick. Unfortunately, the spoil from behind was read nicely. Yuka Marion runs onto the ball. Ooh. Fends off. Got the handball outside. Puts his teammate Todd under a little bit of pressure. Took the bump and then unfortunately released the ball only as far as Patillage. Into the hands now of Sluggett. Josh over the top. He gives the handball away. And he's going to look at getting the ball back, and that was Woodyard gets the ball out. He's going to put himself under a fair bit of pressure. Sutton's there. He picks the ball up. He's tackled, brought to ground, and umpire will come in, and he will take possession of the ball.
I don't know what's going on. Where's this other bloke going? Going back there. I was going to say, they've got 2 umpires at the contest.
Well, the young umpire looked at the old umpire for see what that if there was going to be a free kick.
So Sluggett from the contest runs the ball back and kicks out towards the centre wing. Ball not picked up there first off. Handball from Sutton goes to Taylor. Taylor goes back into the forward line. Mark not taken there by Leonard. Ball goes over the boundary, and we'll have another throw in. Egan's down now. He's a bit slow getting up as well.
Well, he's done a fair bit of work today.
Slowly getting to his feet. Umpire's just asking to hold things up. I'm not too sure. There's no stretcher there, but he's
not well.
Can't put weight on his ankle. Ball comes out the back, and again it's into the hands there. Goes ends up in the hands of McDonald. He's on the left boot. He kicks back towards goal, and he is just offline once again. 2-3, and now 14-23 to 2 behinds. 20 minutes gone, final quarter. Leach again going back, and he will now kick the ball in. Goes short. Riddell, handball, ball goes through his hands. Scotland, third try at goal, and this time he has missed again.
And he's not happy. He's not happy, Scotland. He's kicked 3 points for the quarter.
And he's got 4 for the game, and Werribee have got 14-24 for the game. So 24-14 will look a little bit better on the paper, Grub.
We'll better for percentage later on in the year, I'm telling you.
Yeah, so it's now going to be going back again. Leach decides again to come on and play this side of the ground. Out the back, good ball there, Collins. Ball comes to ground. Going through, Taylor picks the ball up, ran into trouble. Hands and knees, the ball comes out the back to Kavanagh. He gets a boot to ball, runs the ball back over centre wing. Going back is Stevenson, got a good favourable bounce, picks the ball up. Has his handball back outside, went to his teammate there and Gibson. Gibson looked up, went back inside, went to Scotland. Scotland's got a player further down the field. I think that might be Culliver. He runs onto the ball. Oh, it was taken a little bit high, but I think both players going at it.
It was an accidental head clash. I got no problem with the free kick, but it was an accidental head clash, nothing more to it than that.
You get about 6 weeks in the AFL this
year.
year.
I wouldn't have thought so.
The way they're going on the MRO.
Culliver to Scotland. The running player is Crennan. Barges through, lines up from about centre half forward, goes long. Marker's not taken out there. Out of bounce on the full.
He really wanted that too, McDonald, because that's back on his left foot. He's had about 3 shots on the other side.
I reckon he might hit the post as he was going through there. So it's he's a little bit slow getting to his feet as well now. So ball's back with the umpire, thrown as the ball back in. Tapped out the back, was nice work there from Prismal. Anakie able to clear the ball into the hands of Sluggett. Well, Sluggett took one out, Sluggett took it out of the hands of the other. They run the ball now from the fence. It's kicked up and cleared away by Parker.
He wasn't watching.
Ball comes down. It's going to be picked up. I think this time handball comes across. It was Daffy got the handball. It wasn't a great handball. Picked up again this time. And it was going to be Birch that puts the ball back into their forward line. But numbers are back for the Werribee side. And they're going to run the ball from defence again. Stevenson has a look. Has plenty of time to weigh up his option and goes towards Prismal. Made some ground on hands and knees. Went to ground or was taken a little bit high, said the umpire. And Prismal did that nicely. So he's looking at some options further afield. He's got players outside. Hasn't seen Scotland or Chesterman, but decides now to go long into the forward line. Linehan Cunningham, he can't get hands on ball. Ball continues to run over the boundary line, and it will be thrown in about a couple of metres around from the behind post as we tick over 24 minutes final quarter. Morris Finance scoreboard.
24 minutes.
24.
Right, you blokes, you know what happens past
14-24 to 2 behinds.
You know what happens past players, mate. In comes the ball. Boundary umpire throws it in. Up they go. Good tap out by Centrals, but it goes down towards the on the ground. Picked up by De Leon. De Leon over to Camilleri. Camilleri to Carlton. On the boundary line of Scotland. He's going to have another go, but it's beautifully smothered. Picks it back up again. Pickett gets a handball out, but the Anakie defence, they stand true. It comes out to Sluggett. Sluggett comes over to Birch. Birch get the ball out towards the half-back flank. Almost a free kick. Pay the free kick, umpire. Chop the arms. No, he said. Look at Stoyers. You just get the footy, Stoyers. The boundary umpire comes. I tell you what, this is the best boundary umpire we've seen all year.
And he loves it too.
And he comes now. What's this throw? This will be a beauty. In it comes now. And no worries about that. Brisbane in the ruck, tries to get the punch. Sluggett again, tried his hard out all day. Gets a kick out, goes towards the half-forward line, but the Werribee defence comes out again through Porter. Porter looks over for Camilleri. Camilleri on the right boot. He puts it up and dropped the sitter over there, just like Matty Foote used to do. A snap for goal and missed the goal. Well, what a wonderful bit of footy. 14-25. To 2 points, and I just can't believe 14-25. Anakie will go again. Is it the coach or is it Rhodes? I don't know who it is, but he's going to bring it in. It is Elliott Birch.
No, it's not.
It's Leach.
Leach.
And he's kicked it straight to McDonald.
Straight down the front of McDonald. He's gone to play on. Now that's not play on. He puts a left boot up towards the centre of the forward pocket. That could have been an Anakie mark. No, play on. Werribee almost trying to get the ball back again. It comes back on the right boot from Linehan Cunningham and a beautiful kick to Camilleri. And he will line up from about 35 metres out directly in front.
Geez, I hope they got the radio on around the ground in the cars because this is exceptional commentary from you, Grubby, on Pars Plays Day.
I still want to know, when you look like you're going to go off and play on, you have to go over the mark. Camilleri. In he comes, only on 1 or 2 steps. It's not a great kick, but it'll do. And Werribee Centrals, they will go to 15-25, and they lead Anakie on 2 points, Smitty.
Yes, they've had plenty of shots at it in the last quarter, Grub, and unfortunately their top line's a bit lower than their, longer than their, shorter than their bottom line here, 15-25. So, but as I said, they'll take anything they can get. I suppose a win is good. And we just need to continue now. If they get another couple before the final siren sound. We have gone 26, so there couldn't be too much left in the game.
Well, I want to see Anakie kick a goal. Let's try and ride a goal home for Anakie.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
So ruck contest. Prismal takes the ball out of the middle of the ground. Picked up there. Carlton gives a handball outside, and the running player is Stevenson. He's decided he'll take a bounce. Looks up, goes long kick into the forward line. Player reading the ball there, went straight through his hand, was Taylor, into the hands of Patillage, round the body he goes, touch off the boot, and it's through for a minor score. 26 behinds now, 15-26, and we have got Anakie on 2 behinds. Again, the ball disappeared onto the cricket ground behind. They did come out and play a bit after half-time there, Grub.
Did they?
Yeah, got a bit of late work.
They're pretty keen, aren't they?
Yeah, they must love it. So it's Taylor doing the kicking in this time. He's got a player short. Goes in that direction. Gillett has taken the mark. You go back outside. Kick has to be good.
It's not.
Didn't get to Taylor, but he's able to go back and collect it. Swings on the left boot. Brings the ball back outside 50. That's good hands, but he's unfortunately put hands in the back of his teammates' back. Free kick will go to Werribee. And Brad Carlton now, so he's got the ball. So Werribee another opportunity. Short will go to Chesterman. Right on 50, can turn. No one standing the mark. Loads up, goes long towards goal. And again, he is offline. So now 27 behinds. 15-27. And 2 behinds to the Anakie side. 28 gone in this final quarter. So Taylor, again, he's going to do the kicking in for Anakie. Decides to go to the far side of the ground. Riddle was the target. Ball doesn't get to him. Picked up there by Sluggett. Got out of the contest nicely. Then kicks the ball back towards centre wing. Numbers back there, and it's with the Werribee side. Going to be picked up out there by Porter. He swings around, goes back to the half-forward line. Mark has been taken and paid as the siren sounds. And I'm not too sure whether Matty Miller's got that distance in him.
I think it might be Josh McDonald, isn't it?
No, it's Matty Miller.
Matty Miller. Well, he won't have it in him.
Yep, so he's going to load up, kick. He's going to use it because no one's. I'll tell you what, he's got the distance, but the accuracy is not there. So another one to finish the game off. 15-28 to Werribee. They will easily defeat Anakie on 2 behinds. Goal kickers for the day have been 3 to Paddy Arch, 2 each to McDonald, Leonard and Carlton, 1 each to Linehan, Cunningham, Crennan, De Leon, Camilleri, Sutton and Chesterman. And as we said, Anakie failed to kick a goal here this afternoon. Take a short break, come back. We'll wrap up everything that's gone on here today and hopefully final scores from around the ground. You listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Yes, welcome back. As we said, a comfortable, easy, I wouldn't say easy win, but there was a bit of opposition from the Anakie, but unfortunately 28, what do we got, 43 scoring shots to 2, and they kicked 15-28. As I said, 28-15 would look far better for them as for percentage as well, but as I said, you take every win you get and just keep building on it from there. But Grub, it wasn't a great game of football.
It was a shocking game of football. Obviously, the conditions didn't help, and I think Anakie were really trying to... They went defensive most of the day, and I really would have thought they would have gone attacking a little bit. All right, if it cost them an extra couple of goals, bad luck, but you just don't like to see sides go through a whole game, 4 quarters, and not kick a goal. And I think there was a couple of opportunities where they really could. But as you said, 15-28, that could come back to hurt them at the end of the year if we're looking at percentage. You know, as you just said, 28-15, that's a 116-point win there, but it should have been 150. And I think if they're gonna, they didn't play great football early, but they came good a bit late when Anakie dropped they just couldn't hold their pressure all day. But look, Anakie had some good players. I thought the coach Bunworth was pretty good early. He dropped away a bit. Mason Taylor was okay. Uka Bamariam tried his heart out. The big ruckman, Cool Munn, he probably won the ruck all day with the absence of Paddy Daly. The 2 Sluggett boys, they give everything they had all day and were pretty good players. But they just didn't have enough players to take that one grab or pick that ball up one grab. And if they had done that, I'm sure they would have kicked a couple of goals and been a little bit more happy with themselves. Werribee Centrals, I think 116-point winners, and to be a little bit disappointed, I think they would be. And obviously for that they didn't kick straight. I thought Gomes, Paddy Arge was pretty good. Scotland was pretty good. Reece Prisman was not too bad. Crennan was good. DeLeon was good early. Stevenson I liked. Chesterman, probably not his best game, but he just did enough nice things. He's very classy. All in all, 15-28 to 2 points doesn't sound like a great game, and it wasn't a great game. It was it was a poor game. I don't like to say this because I'll probably get in trouble, but I thought the umpiring was below standard. I didn't think the umpires got the right concept of the hole in the balls, and maybe those 50s and those free kicks that we didn't see were there. I don't know, but it left a lot of people scratching their head. But some of at some stages, with the decisions, they were pretty good. So I thought it was a little bit below par. But maybe you've got to start trying to put different umpires with different umpires, because I think what they did is their interpretations differed between the 3 of them. But then again, I thought the commentary was pretty poor. I thought you were down today, Dale, pretty much. But Bailey, you weren't bad.
And you were the star.
Well,
you were the star in that final quarter,
I think my commentary in the finish really lit the whole stadium up. But, as I say, in the end, 116-point winners, you'll take that. But I think they might be just still a little bit disappointed that it wasn't a bit more.
I think they probably agree with that, Grub. As I said, it was... and they weren't some of the shots they had at goal. They weren't difficult shots, but they've had... they kicked nearly 20 points after half time, so it's something they can probably address. And as I said, it's just a matter of getting out there and doing a little bit of work. Mate, have we got some scores, maybe from final or in progress? Or
we do. No, they'll be, if they're not final, they'll be pretty close to final. Inverleigh will be looking to be 73-point winners against East Geelong, 129 to 7, 14, 56. So they have comfortably beaten East Geelong. As we know, they've got a fair amount of players out, so Inverleigh will be very confident going into next week against Thompson. Beaumont, I think they've just done enough. 11-10-76 to Geelong West, 9-11-65. Winchelsea, 21-6, 132 to North Geelong, 7-8-50. Balpost Hill, 12-18-90 to Corio, 4-10-34. Obviously our game here, and Thompson 13-14-92 to 7-12-54 at Godfrey Street Oval in the Battle of the Tigers. So that is I'd say that'd be final scores on this Saturday.
Yeah, what time is it? It's only just on 4:30, so there might be a little bit of time. And the only one that really can turn in that little bit of time might be the Geelong West Belmont Lions game. Everything else is probably still going along pretty nicely. And I suppose that for me, Inverleigh's big win today, Grub, that's something I wouldn't have predicted. As I said, I know East Geelong have still got some players out, but now it's 2 weeks in a row they've been dealt with pretty comfortably, and that's probably not a great thing to happen, but they've got some time to change that around with some players coming back. But again, you just don't know how long they're out and what injuries they've got, and it's the momentum they've sort of had. They're starting to lose that little bit at the top of the ladder.
Well, yeah, they looked the goods early, but I know they've got players out, but they're obviously not playing that well either. So that they've still got probably 8 or 9 weeks to go where they can get that form back. But obviously at the moment, the premiership favourites have got to be the Tommy Tigers.
Yeah, I think, as I said, they definitely played very well last week, and as I said, they've taken care of Bannockburn this afternoon. And again, I would think they've got Inverleigh next week, which will be a game that we'll hopefully go and have a look at. I think that's probably the game.
Well, we haven't been through it yet, so don't just...
Before we do get to that, Belmont have just kicked another goal, so 11-11, 77 to 9-11, 65. So 2 goal leaders late in the final term.
You've got to remember, Cogs is a timekeeper. There could be still 15 minutes left from Brian.
Yes. Righto, what are we going to do? Your 3-2-1s?
Oh, that's so hard today. But I went first last week and blitzed you, so go on.
Wow. I've given 1 vote to Brad Carlton. I thought he was pretty good through the middle of the ground. Got enough possessions to deliver it. Kicked a couple of goals playing through the midfield, so his game was good. I think Michael Culliver, again, showed me after that Bellpost Hill game that he is a good footballer, uses the ball well. But for me, Tyler Crennan was the best player on the ground. He got a number of possessions, was clean with the ball, and again, probably didn't finish like he would normally do. But as I said, he's got 1 goal, 2 for the afternoon. But I thought he was the best player on the ground for mine.
Yeah, I've given Culliver 1 vote. I think he didn't have a bad game at all. I've given the coach, Reece Brisbane, 2 votes, because just in that last half, his run was really, really good. And I've also gone with Tyler Crennan with 3 votes. His run was fantastic. But I do want to say, if they had kicked more goals, it was a better game. And I know Werribee's ruckman, they didn't have very good ruck stocks today. They only had Egan. But I think Corman did a really good job, and when he develops and really becomes a good player, he'll get on the improve and beat a lot of ruckmen in the league.
Right. I gave 1 vote to Gomes Paddyards. I thought his first half was good enough. He dropped away a little bit, but I thought he went back to 1 vote. I gave 2 votes to Tyler Crennan, who I thought was fantastic for most of the day. But I went a bit of a stooge one here. I went to 3 votes. I thought Stevenson was fantastic off that half-back line all day, so I gave 3 votes to Stevenson.
It was fantastic, I reckon.
Looks like 8 votes with Tyler Crennan, mate, will be the winner of our award for the day. So obviously, Grubby will obviously be wandering through that direction.
Very, very shortly. You'll drop me bloody pen.
Well, we just have a look at the games for next week. We better run through them next week as a quick look.
Well, you've already told us where we're going.
Well, I'm just saying, I think that will be the better game of the round. I'm not too sure who the other games are.
Yeah, well, we'll have a look, and you can decide then. So next week, Geelong West hosting Bellpost Hill at West Oval. East Geelong hosting...
Hang on.
All right, well, go on. Do you want to... so Geelong West and Bellpost Hill, and that's at West Oval.
No.
East Geelong and Corio at East Geelong.
I'll tell you what, that might be a bad game. They've got a few out and they're not playing very well. Corio, where's it at?
It's at East.
Okay, no.
Winch and the Centrals.
Well, that'll be a good game
and that's
as well.
out at Winchelsea too.
Yeah, I'm working, so I won't be going out to Winch.
Right, too far for him to travel. That solves that.
Bannockburn and North Geelong.
No, I don't think that'll be a very good game
especially
under current
Vic Park.
That's current circumstances.
Belmont and Anakie for the NAIDOC game.
No, I don't think. Is that a Saturday or a Sunday?
That is a Sunday at Winter.
Well, we definitely
won't be going
there because I'll be working. So the Thompson Inverleigh game's the one, isn't it?
At Thompson.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah.
So you're right. Yeah.
That's good because I'm working next Saturday myself, so it's not far out the road from me. That'll be okay. So Thompson versus Inverleigh will be our game next week.
Well, I think it's at Thompson because if
it
is at Thompson, they've had 2 home games in a row.
Yeah, no, I reckon that they're due to play both Inverleigh and Bannockburn because I remember last year they played them both away. So that's where we'll be going next week. We'll go to Tommy Tigers. We'll be watching Thompson take on Inverleigh, and Inverleigh after today a similar result to what they did to them last week. So that will be hopefully a good game to go and see.
I reckon.
So where are we going?
We're going to Thompson, and we're going to watch them play Inverleigh.
Where's that at?
That's at Thompson, mate. Thompson Tigers, so round the bay for you.
Yeah, but we don't like Thompson much, do we? That's what Johnny Mitchell always says.
Well, Johnny Mitchell, he'll be there with all bells ringing, I would think, after another good performance today.
Well, they won, so he was probably giving me a ring.
Yeah, you'll probably. I'm expecting a ring.
But I won't be answering because I might be in there having a little chat.
Righto, that might be a good idea. Anyway, well, from the team here this afternoon, we're going to wrap things up here now because, as I said, it's. We think we got final scores.
Yeah, we got final scores, but I would like to say thank you very, very much to Fairhaven Homes, to Lifeline, 131 114. You can't do it on your own. Corio Bay Healthcare, Hotham Hotel, Yards Hotel, Comnafine Hotel, Morris Finance and the Grandy Sockers. Thank you very much for your sponsorship.
So from everyone here this afternoon, hopefully to have you back here again at 2 o'clock next Saturday afternoon, or actually 1:15 we go to air. You're listening, the 1:15. That'll be the great time. So you're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Thanks,
right.